It's a Friday night flick and you know it's going down. Get your friends and your knives and let's have a good time. Got that blade click clacking and I'm ready to go. Gotta check the homie Groove on to see what knives he's got.
I can't believe it's Friday and we made it. Get the weekend started, let's go live on YouTube. It's Friday, I can't believe we made it. It's Friday. I can't believe it's Friday and we made it. Get the weekend started, let's go live on YouTube. It's a Friday night flick and you know it's going down. Get your friends and your knives and let's have a good time. Got that blade click clacking and I'm ready to go. Gotta check the homie Groove on to see what knives he's got. Oh, gotta check the homie Groove on to see what knives he's got. Oh, I can't believe it's Friday and we made it. Get the weekend started, let's go live on YouTube. It's Friday, I can't believe we made it. It's Friday. This is ready, here we go. Watch me scramble to complete a 3-hour show. We'll talk about knives and what's on your mind. Never know what will come up this time. We vibe and we chill, including spirited debate, but we do it with love and never with hate. We'll talk about knives and what's on your mind. Never know what will come up this time. We vibe and we chill, including spirited debate, but we do it with love and never with hate. We vibe and we chill, including spirited debate, but we do it with love and never with hate. Lights go dark, the stream comes on. Javon's here, the vibe is strong. Click and clack, the steel in sight. Every edge sharp in Friday night.
Night flicks dance under the light. Blades that shine and cut so tight. Handles spin and edges glide. Friday night flicks worldwide.
He talks the craft with steady flow. Steel and story you'll wanna know. Flick of the wrist, how smooth it goes. Every frame a master show.
Night flicks dance under the light. Blades that shine and cut so tight. Handles spin and edges glide. Friday night flicks worldwide. Karambit steel. Every flick has that cool appeal. The chat goes wild when he reveals a masterpiece you wish was real.
Got the Scully in the house, it get cold in here. Open up the pack, crack open the beer. No fear, no tears, got the old 10 gears. Knew you been around, ain't been home in years. Had a hard day's work, it was easy for me. Javon, the beat hit easy to me. We talk about knives, it was EDC. It's the first 1, 2, 3.
I don't know if you open
and Javon's Night Flicks, baby. Friday Night Flicks, baby. The first ever episode, we are getting it cracking like we say. Shout out to my co-host, Miss Evelyn. Let's get it, let's go. Yo, it could get weird. So are you high on cigarettes? This the Friday Night Flicks, the channel where we discuss everything and all things EDC, knives, pocket knife, gadgets. You name it, we got it. Yo, Miss Evelyn, let's go. We got the EDCs and the little sharp tools. Don't try this at home. Stay in school, I'm talking about knives. We ain't no fools. The right way to do it, this ain't no duels. It's about...
One out, a little bit, but are you high on cigarettes? And when that stuff runs out, you're gonna wanna make it. Are you high on cigarettes?
Let's watch Juvon's Witness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvon's Witness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvon's Witness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvon's Witness and get high on cigarettes. Do you know that you're right or wrong? 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 He don't smoke them, but he loves it when you do. That's why he's high on cigarettes. And if you find him, you should light him up with you. He's getting high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvon's Witness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvon's Witness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvon's Witness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvon's Witness and get high on cigarettes. Do you know?
Harvey, want anything special for your birthday?
Just a decent cup of coffee.
You're kidding.
I'm serious. Honey, your coffee's undrinkable.
It's pretty harsh.
Well, so's your coffee. You know, the girls down at the office make better coffee on their hot plates. Well, see you later.
And he didn't even kiss me goodbye. You know, if I could just make a decent cup of coffee, I could relax. So, relax. Why don't you try Instant Folgers? Tastes good as fresh perked. Good as fresh perked? I'll surprise Harvey for his birthday tonight.
Hey, great coffee.
It's Instant Folgers. Doesn't it taste good as fresh perked?
Better.
Better than those girls make at the office?
Honey, their coffee can't hold a candle to yours.
Instant Folgers taste good as fresh.
What is up? Welcome to Politically Incorrect Commercials from the Past, also known as Friday Night Flicks. I hope y'all can hear me. I'm glad y'all are here. Happy Friday, everybody. Another week is behind us. I think that's a good thing. Some people say I'm wishing my life away, but, you know, it is what it is. Can y'all hear me? I'm going to go down to the new comments. I'm going to go up and say, hey, well, we got a few people in here. Ain't no telling who's going to be showing up in this place tonight. I know we got a special guest with some knives to show off. You guys know him as Brother Grant. And I hope we've got Gary going to stop in. Hope we got Kyle going to join us. I'd love to see some Shane and maybe some Bugsy. We'll see. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. But if y'all can hear me, let's get high on cigarettes, guys. Good to see everybody. I promise we'll make it fun. We'll keep it on track and off track. What's up, Marco? Yay. Henry. 6083. What's up, Henry? Ground Fog, what is up? Good to see you, brother. We got Hey Man in the house. My favorite Instagrammer, B Brother Shady. B Shady, I will eventually get a Hail Mary or 3. I've just got to get back into a knife buying phase. I did trade for something yesterday. McRanger, what is up, brother? Good to see you, buddy. Tongue of Blades, what is up? Good to see people back hanging around. All we try to do here is have fun. We got the Roman gnome, Richard, channel member. What's up, brother? So we try to have fun. Don't ever let anything take it. Don't ever take any discussions here seriously, especially if they're talking about stupid stuff like knives. We get into these different debates, and that's why I love having Gary Creeley here, because I feel like he's a man of not only distinction and what would you call it, experience, but he shoots right down the middle when he talks about blade steels. And I appreciate that. Kyle's the same way. I think Gary gives Kyle just even more credence. And again, everything is different for every use case. I've got some 1095 right here that I traded for yesterday. That is a GEC, Great Eastern Cutlery, sod something. I forget the model number because I put the tube up, but it's actually got a half stop. It's about the same size as a Sod Buster Junior in 1095 with the micarta handle. I really like this shape. Big fan of this knife. And again, it's got a distinctive half stop. This knife I'm falling in love with, and I'm getting ready to say it is a winner if you like a paramilitary 2 size knife, but you want something a little more modern with some really good edge geometry and you don't need a sharp, pokey, stabby point, and you like multiple deployments. This knife has one deployment. Whoops, I got it caught between my finger. 2 deployments. 3 deployments. 4 deployments. It does have 5 body screws and 5 standoffs, which is a little overkill, but it's pretty thin for as big as it is. This is the Tuya Digger, and it's designed by my favorite designer, Happy as Larry. I don't know Happy as Larry, but that's a good knife, and I do want to talk about it more. I'll have a review coming up on it pretty soon. I did a review yesterday. I don't know if y'all followed the saga of the little North Mountain Blades Moon. I had a knife that I was playing with it here one night, and the detent ball fell out. And I was so excited because I went and remembered that they sent a complete hardware kit. So I filmed me replacing the detent ball. Everything went fine. The knife was great. I was finally doing my review. I'd been trying to get the detent ball to fail, had no problems. Well, I started cutting some cardboard and stuff with it, and it developed lock rock and it developed blade play. So I had to give it a failing grade. I reached out to him and said, maybe I got a bad one, but to be honest with you, I think this little knife is just too small. The blade geometry looks a little wonky. I don't know if another one would be any better. I apologize. I've got a playlist with a bunch of video reviews that are good, but I can't recommend this to anybody. Neil McKenzie, channel member. What's up, brother? We will have a members live on Sunday with the giveaway. So, guys, channel members, please come by 4:00 Sunday afternoon. You do not have to be present to win. As Neil can tell you, you just have to drop in, use the secret word. If you're not a channel member and you'd like to be, there's not a whole lot of perks. One, you help the channel. The other, you get to come to Sunday member lives, which are just thank you live streams for about an hour. And all we do is we do a giveaway. So that's something that's available if you're interested. So yeah, we do them every Saturday at 4:00. And people pop in and pop out because there's a lot of other stuff going on. Mimo, my brother Mimo, good to see you, buddy. Always good seeing Mimo. 1931 Leatherworks. I need to talk to you, Terry. I need to get a slip for my GEC Sidebuster Junior. I think it's the same size as a regular Sidebuster Junior, but we can talk about it offline. Terry makes all the sheaths for my frets. I need to do another video on this and publicize this knife a little more. I know it's kind of funny looking, but this knife is not because I designed it. I designed it to be a cutter, but for an EDC, slicer, cutter, kind of what I consider a back pocket knife, this is a great knife. Magna Cut 64.5 HRC, made by Edgy American Blades, a lot of different scale availabilities. I don't think two of these have come out that look the same. I got mine bead blasted and the spine crowned where I work at Knives and More, but it holds an edge forever, and it's just a great little knife. And they come with a 1931 Leatherworks pocket dropper sheath. Doesn't look like this. It's black and brown leather, but it's a very nice. I got a couple of others to talk about. One that's in my back pocket. This is a USA made knife by the company that made this knife. A long time ago, this company that just started, a USA company called Olive Knives, made this big bushcraft knife. Well, I'm not a big bushcraft guy, but I was very honored to be able to test it out. It's got a dedicated area, the whole front of the spines for ferro rods. It's made out of Elmax, very highly refined, very expensive knife. And then they came out with an EDC knife called the Venari. This is an Olive Knives Venari or Veneri. It is also Elmax steel. This one's got their orange handle. It comes in several different G10 handles. It has a similar, not the Fibonacci grind, but it has a unique grind. Very thin and slicey. I've been carrying it because it's got a very unique sheath. It's very back pocket friendly. So the sheath looks like that, which is kind of weird. But when you put the knife in it, the spine goes up where there's not much space, and it locks in like that. So when I put it in my back pocket, it's very easy to reach out. Super cool little blade. I've enjoyed carrying it. I have not broken down my cardboard with it yet, which that'll kind of determine how well that edge holds up. But even if it's burnt, I can sharpen it. Cool little EDC knife, kind of around my size range. I like a tall blade. One of my favorites still that I poke myself with, though, all the time is this little knife from Gary Creeley, the Minnow. So much so that I ordered from him, I bought from him a Mako, which is this knife's big brother, also in Magna Cut. I'm trying to acquire a Minnow like this in Magna Max so I can test them out. But this is a really cool small 5-inch knife that carries maybe 5.5, but it carries bigger. You give up a little blade for the expense of the handle, but I think it's well worth it. But when I put it in my back pocket, I poke my finger trying to ease it in so I don't stab myself in the ass. And then my newest acquisition, I was not expecting, and I love this knife. This is my first Very Good Knife Company knife, even though I've got a playlist on Very Good Knife Company knives because my buddy A2Z EDC has bought 5, and I've gotten to review them. This is called the Pocket Doc. This isn't his smallest knife, but it's probably his smallest knife that looks like a knife. And it's Nitro V. I think it's 3/16 Nitro V, full tang, micarta handles. It's got kind of a spade blade, which I really like. And it's a slicer, guys. I carried it yesterday. Cannot wait to cut some with this. All I've done is filmed an unboxing on it. But I've got some cool fixed blades. One came in yesterday from a company that I don't even know who it is. I think it's one of the budget companies. And I have not even had time to film the unboxing yet because it's been kind of crazy around here. The sheepdogs are back out from Kaiser, which is one of my favorite Kaiser knives. And they're out in the BS series, which is their top line, their button activated top liner lock. I've got an Amazon exclusive I've already put up that was $49 at Amazon. It's D2, got a button lock. This one is a little more flashy. It's got G-Carta handles, AEBL blade steel, same button lock, same action. And what I really like about this sheepdog is even though the blade hole was nice, the thumb studs just give this really popping, whether you thumb flick it, reverse flick it. And they've changed, or I don't remember it being so well jimped in this finger choil area. So right here, you've got jimping on the handle that leads right into this natural finger choil. So when you hold this knife, you're actually holding it like this. This is a 2.9-inch blade, so it's a little smaller than the full size, the full size sheepdog of the past. But it's super nice knife. I'm very impressed with it. I forgot how much I like this knife. I've probably gone through 10 since I was collecting. And this one will be a Sunday giveaway at some point. I've got to create some more content with it. I've just done an unboxing, but it's going to get a very good review unless it comes apart on me. And one thing I've noticed about Kaiser, their top liner locks are very built up. Their liners are not thin. I've seen some top liner locks that have thinner liners. Kaisers are not. They do a good job. I'm really stoked about their top liner lock, and anything they put out in it, I'm going to be interested. Don't forget, if you guys are interested, I just submarined under the table. I'm going to offer these up before they go to Blade HQ. I've got a bunch of Finch knives that come with the sticker, the Band-Aid, the plastic wrap, the warranty card, and the boxes. And I'm going to let these go before I put them on Blade Binge for $75 a piece, shipped in the continental US. I've got 7 of them. All you have to do is email me, tell me which one you want. I've got an Instagram post that has some Finch pictures from a week ago. And they're these knives, really good knives. I collected these. This is probably the first 7 Finches that were available, with the exception of one I didn't like. So like, this is the Holiday. This knife I should sell for more because my buddy A to Z got 200 for it. It's the Doc Holiday, which if you go to buy this now, it's $145. And it's got a modern lock, but it's a traditional looking knife. So, and I've got the Roadrunner. I've got the 1929. The only one I don't have a box for yet, because I haven't found it, is this DLT exclusive, the Lucky 13. It's got a carbon fiber exclusive handle, which they only did on that one. And you know, Finches are kind of a knife. They're still making a lot of them, but they were really popular when I started collecting. And Lefty EDC showed a lot, and JB was showing a lot on his channel. And I got, the boxes are very tight. And I got kind of enamored with them because they're 154 CM. the little shields all glow in the dark. This is before I ever had a traditional knife. This is one of my faves. This has got a spade blade. This is the 1929 in green micarta. It's got a stainless bolster, titanium clip. But they're interesting little knives. A lot of these you can't find anymore. So hit me up. Let's see if I can still do this. Let's see if that throws my email up in the chat. Up in the chat, that one button push. If it does, I'll put it right here. And I know I missed a lot. But if any of y'all, and if somebody wants to buy them all 7, you have to buy all 7. I will sell them to you for $350. That's $50 a cinch. And you can go to Blade Binge and put them all up there for $100 and sell them. I just don't have the time. However, I'll probably end up doing that. John, for your new GC, I recommend the Slip V3 on the website. Buddy, I will check it. Do me a favor, Terry. I'm lazy. Will you drop your the website in the chat when you get a chance? I thought this was cool. This is not a well sought after GEC. I traded a couple of GECs for this because I really liked it. I don't know if I came out. I probably didn't come out on the top side of the deal, but I didn't really care. I like this knife. Just type Jerry Garcia sucks. Jerry Garcia don't suck. Who's talking to me? Who done this? Who done this? Thank you, Marco. Joseph Isabella, my spiritual Sherpa, good friend, talented artist, and channel member. Let me click on this. Whoops. Almost banned Bugsy. I clicked on the wrong link. The chat moved. But yeah, this is a sweet little knife. Will I ever use it? If I get a good slip, I'll probably carry it. I'll tell you what I can't get out of my pocket. And I'm flipped out that they're still available. My I need to get a slip for this too. This is a crappy little Etsy slip. But these frag pattern American Blade Works Magna Cut and titanium slip joints are at DLT for $159, and there's still some in stock. I've got an affiliate link in my beacons, or you can just go there and check it out. I did a video on this a couple of days ago. It got a lot of views for me, but I'm just surprised more people. And I know that the slip joint buyer is a smaller percentage of buyers, and those that are slip joint buyers are usually purists. They like traditional knives. You know, they don't like something necessarily like this. This is such a good value from a USA maker. I think of it more like a great knife than just a slip joint. So let me find the slip that I need to get. Is it going to be on here, brother? Or do I just need to go? Let's see. Let's see. Now. The V, which one? Let's see, which one did you say? The slip V3, is that what you said? Yeah. I like it. All right, I will get on the site. Let me do this. Larry, you got to raise your prices. You're not getting enough for your work. Your work is, you did a great introductory. What's up, level on up? Great level or entry level offerings. Maybe you continue to go through early spring, but I would let people know that you're going to have to creep up your prices just because I know how much time it takes and how much effort you put into it. And you should, $25 is what Etsy Lithuanian slips cost. That's a $50 slip all day long. I like it. I like it. Let me stop sharing it, and I'm going to welcome up my buddy and yours, Bugsy.
What's up, everybody?
How are you, buddy?
Doing all right. Doing some
Man,
water
we're gonna
changing.
have a good house tonight. I think Jason Grant's gonna come by to show some knives. I hope Gary pops up. I want Kyle to come. I hope Shane comes by. He's gonna join in a few. Because I've got some cool stuff to talk about.
Awesome. Well,
What have
I
you-
got a little bit of work to do. I was going to run the camera in the background if you're interested. If not, then I can turn myself off, come back in whenever.
Were you gonna show some stuff? You can turn the sound down and go at it.
So I got to change all the water on these tanks up on the top shelf there.
Let it go, dude. I'd love to have it down there running.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'll just turn the audio off and listen to you guys chit chat.
All right, buddy. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, man.
Then when he comes back, we'll find out what size room that is, because that does look like it's almost wall-to-wall tanks. Take your time, buddy. We're going to be here. We will be here till said faction kicks off. My goal is, and today didn't work out like I wanted it to, because Fridays I'm on a tight schedule for me. I get off work between 6 and 6:15. Today I had to go get nicotine. Then I had to go by my dad's to get his empty pill carousel because I've got to fill it up tonight after the live stream. By the time I got home and got settled, I'd like to go live at 8 o'clock. I'm not comfortable enough to move my time up to 8 because usually it's 8:05 when I start. And if I'm late to something, even if I set the time, I feel terrible. So knowing that Stevie and Maddie go live when they do at a set time, I'm going to try to go live closer to 8 o'clock on Friday nights if I can get home in time. So if you see the music on, I'm trying not to let that stuff play out as long unless I come up with some fat beats, and I haven't been using Sumo lately, so I doubt I'll come up. There's Evelyn. There's Evelyn, guys. She hadn't come up and joined me. Blowing me off. Let's get her up here.
Got the Scully in the house, it get cold in here.
I need to change the words of that where it doesn't say it's the first show, and I need to change Sister Evelyn to something else. Good to see you, Kyle, my buddy. But yeah, I've really enjoyed my my Very Good Knife Company. Ooh, that reminds me. Let's go to Very Good Knife Company. They had a drop today, and they had some mosquitoes. They had some mosquitoes, which most people won't like. I like a little interesting knife. Let's look at what they got. Ooh. Guys, these drop. I need to go here first because these drop 15 minutes or right around the time that my show starts. So we missed out on a few, but there's still a lot of good knives here. There's some AEBL Tradition Juniors. Let me give you all a little idea. I've reviewed this. I've got a review on this knife. It is 7.2 inches overall. Has one of the most wicked hollow grinds. It's done exceptionally well. Really nice knife. And then all those are Tradition Juniors. The Adventure Juniors out of stock. The difference in this one is it is a flat grind instead of a hollow grind. It is also 7.2 inches. Beautiful knife. In AEBL. Let's see what else we got here. What's up, Shane? I'm just looking at, I always forget that Jacob drops at 8 o'clock on Fridays. Here's the one I've got. the Pocket Dock in Nitro V. 180. It's got a spay blade, flat ground. It is only 6.4 inches. And then Adventure and 80 CRV. So if you like 80 CRV, it drops down to 165 from 195. And probably all these will be offered. Ooh, he's got some bougie ones. He's got a Tradition Junior in fat carbon snakeskin gold for $245. These are the ones my buddy that Shane knows, A to Z EDC buys. But unfortunately, he has these. Ooh, a Wasp. That's one I don't have, and that's in a black fat carbon. I've not reviewed that one. It's a small knife. It is 6.75 inches.
John, I guess I'll feel like I've made it when A to Z finally buys a knife from me. I thought surely he would buy a knife from me that you designed, but I never heard a word from him.
He did. He won't. You got to work A to Z. I told you about how I sold him that Amazon. Did I tell you that?
Yeah.
We got another one of these in, a drop point. He wanted it, so I put him and Tate together. They got to a price because they can't discount these from what they price so much, and they were going to let Jeff walk out for this number.
My point, though, is he wanted it. I know he knows it exists, so I'm just waiting till the day that I impress him enough he buys one.
You haven't even asked him. I've got to ask him too, and because
ask him.
You know what he bought today, don't you?
If he made a knife, he wouldn't have to ask me. I'd just buy it.
He didn't, but he's not plugged in. He probably knows you're making knives, but he doesn't think about it because he says he's not a knife guy. He went on Hinderer's site today, not other sites, Hinderer's site, and bought a full track. Addicted to Blades, a Warncliffe, a full track Warncliffe, your least favorite blade shape, if I'm not mistaken.
I just don't like the full track. I like a Warncliffe. I make a lot of Warncliffes. I just don't like that knife. I think it's.
I'm really excited because I've never held one, but I'll get to review this eventually.
Yeah.
Or .com.
I think after when you start making it, it takes some really pretty lines to impress you anymore. Like, I have all the respect in the world for what Jacob does, but they remind me of, and I think that's on purpose. A lot of his designs look like stuff from or Pawpaw would have carried. And I get that.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's not for me. It don't excite me.
And everything that's different knives excite me for different reasons. Like that little Swift 6 from Lynch Blades, Lynch Northwest. I love because it's unique.
Yeah.
The
Jacob track or the full track. Looking at the blade, I don't dislike it, and then I look at the handle.
It looks blocky. It looks like it's trapped.
No, I don't necessarily dislike the handle, but the knife as a whole, I couldn't give $600. I don't like it enough to give that for it.
Well, why don't you give $995 for that one that they beat the shit out of and call it a battle pickup, which I still don't understand, except they're numbered, and this one's not even numbered on the back.
I actually like that one better. I get that you don't understand it, but I like that better.
But Shane, you've got some markings right here. There's a number up on the spine, and I know it'll hold its value.
Yeah.
But
I like it beat up looking like that.
You know,
the reason I like my AWT scales, I can't wait until the anodize rubs off. I want to see the edges, start that blur and that rub through. I like that look. But hey, I wanted to say something about 1931 Leatherworks because I have a beef with him right now. I just finished this knife up, and this is my local knife maker. I don't necessarily use Terry on all my local knives. I may have to because the logistics of shipping it to Terry and him shipping it back to me to deliver it local. So I have a local guy, but and I'm shooting myself in the foot here. You guys can look at this sheet. It's well done. Knife fits it great.
It looks raw on the inside.
It is, but that's not my point. My point is, you're 100%. Am I froze up?
Yeah, but you'll come back in a second. Your voice is fine.
Okay. My point is, you were 100% right. Terry is not charging enough. I'm not telling Terry to double his prices because that shoots me in the foot. I'll have to go up a little bit if he does that.
Well, he doesn't have to do it to you. That's why I feel like
this guy charges more than Terry does for this sheath, and this is absolutely no better than anything Terry makes.
Now, I would say nothing against that sheath, but lesser than when you talk about a clip and things like that.
I agree a little bit, but my point is, this guy does some $200-300 sheaths that are spectacular, but for a basic sheath, which most of the time is what I'm paying for from Terry, I would agree. I think Terry's is better.
And just looking at his website, I don't know if you've been there lately since it was redesigned, Shane.
Yeah.
But the prices on the wallets, on everything, it's not that he's going to, it'll still be lower than most of the guys and gals out there. But if you look at his,
charging for a full size knife sheath, I'm not going to talk about what he charges me, but
I don't know if he's going to have those on here since they're more custom.
Yeah.
But the slips are $25.
See if he's got a sheet. Heather, how much?
The slips are $25. I pay more than that on Etsy.
There's not a knife sheath on there anywhere we can compare prices.
No, but this right here,
Terry, what I think. In the chat, look at this and tell me what you would charge. Maybe not me, or I don't care for people to know what you charge me, but what you would charge the average customer for this. Because I'm curious. Because I know what he charges for this. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not paying a penny for these. He gets one of every model that I make, and you can see where the dies.
Bartering is.
Yeah, this is all barter. I'm not paying.
Show the sides of it.
I know what he charges.
That's still you're paying. Show the sides, like where the sides come together on the blade part. Where your thumb is. Yep, show that part. Okay, it looks pretty burnished. Is that what they call that?
Yeah. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with this. He did a good job on it. So Terry's at 55. You probably need to go up $10, Terry.
See this
little
thing
right? I'm not trying to
right
cost anybody more money. I just want Terry's business to be sustainable.
Exactly. That's the same thing Gary was talking about with Trevor and wax wing knives. We want to help our people by supporting them when we know that we're getting a great deal.
That disagrees with me and would not buy from Terry because he was $10 more. F you. Let me just say that.
Yeah. Hey, see this, Shane? These coin sheaths?
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about. A custom variation of that for your little, what's your little Warncliffe called? Your Tough Light?
Rimfire. Now look,
Rimfire.
I haven't got with Terry on the Rimfire yet. I'm going to make my normal, not so great Kydex for those because I'm trying to keep that at a price point that almost anybody could buy one. I highly recommend after you buy it, you get with Terry and buy you a sheath for it. But I decided not to send those to Terry, and I'd probably have to go up $20-30 if I added Terry to this venture. I'd love to, but the whole point to that knife is it's $100 custom made knife. But I still recommend you throw the piece of shit Kydex that I send with it away.
It would just be comfortable because you could drop it in your pocket.
Right. I'm not
Shane,
putting a clip on it or anything. It's literally made that the whole thing slides in your watch pocket or your fifth pocket. You take the whole thing out and unsheath it.
Right.
If you want to use it in any other fashion, get with Terry.
Shane, that's distressed Cerakote. This was done in either black or orange the time that Alex did it.
Yeah.
And I think it looks really nice. I don't know how the Anno would do, but the Cerakote is very distressable.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Hinder...
That coating I used on those last couple of knives, I don't know if I'm going to continue to use it. It's supposed to be comparable to Cerakote. However, all the Cerakote I've experienced is not hard to wear. It will wear.
Yeah, it'll scratch.
It's tougher than spray paint, but it still has its limits. Yeah. That slip is like 3 inch by 4 inch. Oh, that's made for the TKL deadbolt.
So Kyle's got a problem with you.
That's That's what I'm saying. I'll pay Terry. I'll pay more. I already pay Terry more. Like Terry tells me one price, I add $5 to it because I don't feel like it's fair. What's up, Dom? Me and Dom spent most of the afternoon together over in Everyday City Carry. He did 9 hours of Blade Show Texas live.
He's been doing these. I haven't watched any of them, but he's been training for like 2 weeks to get in the. So
he didn't get in physical shape for it. Somebody supplied him with a internet backpack. So $600 a month is the fee on it.
Yeah, it's a Starlink.
Yeah, but he had excellent service, beautiful video and audio all day. And
well, that's great.
I'd love to go live from Blade Show, but dude, it'd be nothing but loading wheels and yeah.
It's hard enough just to get a video out of Blade Show because I just walk up to booths, film them, and then I clip all that shit together. I'll tell you, I had the video that went live today was recorded 2 days ago at Knives and More when it was dead. They were full. Their inventory was full. So I did my walkthrough quarterly video.
Yeah.
It's up to like 16,000 views and they sold 3 knives today. One of them was the Peace Neighbor and they shipped out a couple of other ones.
Well, Kyle, it's funny you mentioned that because I wanted Ray to say hey to Scott Stills for me.
And that's admirable, Terry, as long as you're taking care of you. Sorry, Shane.
I wanted Ray to say hey to Scott Stills while he was at his booth. And what I typed took more spaces than the $2 super chat. So I went to clear it and change it to a $5 super chat so I'd have enough space. And I didn't hit backspace enough. And I paid Ray $25 to say hi to Scott Stills. And I feel like a fucking idiot, knowing that Ray doesn't like me. He loved it.
Likes you fine, doesn't he?
Well, he was super cool to me all day until I reminded him of who I was. And it was like, I don't know, you could see his facial expression change. He was
What's
just part of
Ray's
that.
problem with you?
He was part of that Instagram or that YouTube content creators group that got mad at me for bad mouthing Ben, and you know they all teamed up and decided to hate me.
Don't you realize that 50 to 60% of those people respect you behind the back?
Maybe so, but his
Ray's a good guy. Ray is what he is. Kyle will hate hearing this, but Ray, as a human being, wants to be his older brother successful. He wants to have a place carved out where he can be a successful dad and father. That's his goal. And he's always said he wants to do it doing knives. And yeah, he's a little out front and he's salesy, but you know, Ray's a good kid. I respect him.
I don't disagree with that at all.
He built himself up.
I think Kyle is just saying that Ray's not his taste. And
I'm picking on Kyle because Kyle's not up here defending himself. I'm hoping I'll call him out.
But
come up here.
I just felt like an idiot because I would have rather super chatted Maddie $25 if I had it to blow. That I would have never done that on purpose is what I'm getting at.
Was it hard for anybody else to get in without super chatting? Was that his grift? Was that the reason for going live?
No, but if you wanted it read in the moment, like a lot of people were super chatting to get him to go to a particular booth. Now, I could be wrong. Dom, you can back me up. Ray probably made $500 today in super
Which
chat.
is nothing for working 9 hours with the backpack.
No, I don't have a problem with it.
Chew it six times and park it and see what happens.
However, he made $20 more off me than I intended. That was a mistake. Well, once I hit it and it said payment successful, I was like, fuck.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Look at what Maddie says.
I send Maddie every hot dog video I find, and now my Instagram's full of them, because I share them, so it keeps feeding them to me. And I sent Maddie one the other night that almost made me gag. Well, I take that back. It did make me gag. But that's the first one that it was a guy in the bathtub.
He had that going on? Well, that's against YouTube's terms of service. Surely he wasn't doing the cold grift. That's
he was announcing whoever was the #1 contributor in that live stream got a knife. Whatever that is.
Do you see a problem with that?
I don't.
But but it's against YouTube terms of service. I'm not talking about.
So is you not checking the box. We've discussed this 1,000 times.
No, it's not. It's much different. Cash versus goods is.
Anybody cash.
He is very much a child. He wears Nike still. I get all that, but he does it.
He had on mixed match Nikes. He had on one red one and one yellow one.
Was what's her name with him, Kelly?
No.
Was she home with the baby?
She's home with the baby.
Check the box. If I check the box, I'm then being misleading. If I get a paid, hey, guess what? Somebody offered to send me
I'm not
today.
arguing this again, John. We all feel like we all feel the way we feel. And
I know.
You feel the way you feel. However, at the same time, I don't think what Ray's doing any different.
No, you're right. I'm not.
It wasn't the top money donator. It was just, you know how it ranks your people in chat by if they shared or how many times they commented.
Whoever. That means how many people have commented? See what I'm doing? No, because it's damn it. You can't see my little finger up here.
Yeah, I just
this
don't
is
care.
punishing you.
John, prove to us again you don't have the ads turned on.
I don't have to. I just served an ad because you were talking smack and you upset me.
I love you, John. Bugsy, get in here before I kill him.
Bugsy's do you not see what Bugsy's doing?
Yeah.
He's actually sharing his cleanup of the tanks. He's cleaning out his tanks.
I'm gonna send him you in little pieces to feed to those shrimp.
Marco, I think super chats give you extra points, but I think the way because I turned it off, it's called top fans. And what it does is it rates the people that are chatting to each other the most. Maybe it does.
Here's the point, John. The guy that won repeatedly gave $50 when he was at a time when he was already in the league. It didn't matter to him. He had already won the knife and continued giving. Those people wanted to give. Ray
They're fans. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing wrong with it.
And Ray, I think, puts out entertainment, even though it's not my style of entertainment. I think every one of his little shorts take time to make. They're entertaining. They'll keep your attention, even if it's a knife for me that I don't want to see. I'll notice myself not scrolling past it.
Me and Dom were both in there for hours, so I'm assuming that Dom wasn't any more offended than I did because we enjoyed, not necessarily Ray. I mean, he didn't get on my nerves like he does Kyle's, but I enjoyed the tables. I enjoyed the fact that kids kept running up to him asking if he was a YouTuber, and when he would say yeah, they would take him back to their dad's knife table and show them what their dad. It was.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's trying to get. So let's do this.
Yeah, Ray went and highlighted people's knives that he had no intention of highlighting.
Because he's a good guy. Because a kid came up to him and wanted. That's what I'm saying. So let's go in here, and this isn't being nosy. This is public information. But we'll see that May did $832 today in 49 super chats with an average of $17 a chat.
Yeah, he had a good day.
He had a great day, and he earned it.
Not counting the fact that he was paid 4 digits to be there.
Right. That's just his super chat.
1,000 or 9,000. I don't know. I just know it was in the 4 digits.
Do you know who has him over there? Is it?
He kept going back to the Katuo booth or whatever.
Yeah.
That's where he had all his stuff, so I'm assuming it was them, but I'm not sure.
Now, Kyle, there are a lot of grown men who go to Disney World. I know you don't like them either. And that cartoons, TikTok, and anime, there's a place for that too. I don't like gymnastics, but I can respect it.
Right. What Kyle doesn't realize.
Cole Live does very, very well.
I was in the military with those people, and 9 times out of 10, they turned out to be the badass, not the fucking gym rat with the kill them all, let God sort them out tattoos. Those fucking anime nerds are savages.
Cole's got a different.
Watch them on YouTube right now. They're all admitting it. They all watch anime and cartoons, and all the baddest dudes from the GWAT were all nerds. Now, they happen to be buff nerds, but so was Ray.
Oh, it won't let me go except one at a time. But Cole has different things set up. He does about 200 a night. He's done $64,554 in super chats in the last 10 months. But he averages about 200. Somebody asked in the chat. But unfortunately, I can't get in. Hell, Barbarian Bronny does 655. I'll make y'all feel bad.
I agree 100%. I don't care.
No, they earn it.
He's not doing a disservice. I hope he makes a fucking $1 million a year. I don't care.
You just can't do like raffles and make people pay to be in a raffle. That's not good.
You also can't take goods to make videos and not check the box.
Yes, you can.
Well,
I've asked.
Okay.
I have literally asked through my chat window.
I understand that you ask and that it's technically legal. I'm just saying morally it's no different.
But there's a difference in morally being wrong. I'm morally wrong right here. I should check the box. I'm not gonna. But there's a difference in being morally wrong and being in violation.
John, I respect that you're not gonna. Don't get me wrong, buddy. I'm not mad. I respect the fact that you're like, fuck y'all in that box. Yeah. And you stood on that. It's probably the first thing I've actually seen you.
I'll die on that hill, man. Because I believe it.
I'll bury you on it when it happens. I'm proud of you.
I hope so.
Because I'll give you a hard time, but I don't give a shit.
John deletes the box. There's no way to check it.
Just don't care.
Ray is a great guy. I've always... Even back when Ray, he was one of the first live streams I watched because I liked him watching TikTok videos. I liked the fact that he'd get 10 or 15 people together and laugh at videos.
I did too. I cared nothing about his knife content or opinion, any of that shit. I watched it to watch him watch videos and I'll laugh at them together. Only reason I was there.
Yep. And that is the biggest or the second biggest. News is bigger, but that's the second biggest genre of internet content. People that review or react to podcasts, you name it.
Yeah.
And make it funny.
Yeah. I know, honestly, I don't agree with anybody enough to listen to their opinion about knives anymore.
No.
I mean, I like hearing it so I can hear a different take on something that
or discover something that might not be on your radar.
Right. I ask Gary questions because I have respect for Gary and what he's done to this point to get to where he's at. But I don't agree with everything Gary says.
Gary
Creeley.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. No.
I had respect for the path that Jared Neve took me on and the directions he headed me in. Don't agree with everything he says. Now, at some point, a few years ago, Steve Kalari threw a wrench into my knife collecting, making. Steve Kalari fucked everything up for me. I will always have respect for Steve's craft, his ability to communicate and his customer service. I can't defend him on it because too many people have had an issue with it.
And you were one of those people.
However, if he tells me his opinion on a steel, I'm going to instantly believe it until I prove it different. There's not many people in the knife community that I do that with. Steve, Brian, Alex. Those are the three. If they tell me something, I'm going to believe it until it's grossly proved wrong. Everybody else, I hear it, I store it in the back of my head and consider it at a later date.
All right, I'm going to preface this, which I have no affiliation with, nor am I even trying to promote Blade Binge. I don't even have a link there, but I want to ask Shane if he knows about this maker who is promoting pro-cut knives on here.
Sarah Rick, nobody does a better knife review than Metal Complex does. Well, I take that back. Tri-State does a better review, a more entertaining review, but they're right there neck and neck. I just don't. I don't need
Metal Complex talks much more about knives than Tri-State ever will. Tri-State might be more entertaining, but about anything about the knife.
Better filmed, better backgrounds. It's a higher production quality.
Tri-State's going to be higher. And Rochambeau's higher than him and actually knows more about knives, in my opinion, and I won't watch him.
Yeah. And we like to badmouth Rochambeau for just
Being a prima donna is what I do.
Well, for vomiting up what he's read. But man, most of us.
That's not me. That's not why I was
most of us have done the exact same thing. We haven't experienced and tested every still out there at different HRCs and different geometry. We're all going by somebody that we respect and believe what they typed onto a website.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but it's when he
right now. I'm not sure. You know, I'm loving using ProCut, but at the same time, it hurts my feelings that Cheeto hates it. So
well, I want to show you this guy. That's the only reason I'm doing this, because somebody is selling handmade knives with ProCut.
Yeah.
But no, Roll got to be too big for the YouTube group and pieced out to go to a bigger YouTube group so he could ascend to the sun and hopefully not.
He gives me more. He creeps me out a little more than the average.
Yeah, he's like
I'm
Frodo.
not saying anything negative about him, but it's something. When something happens, I'm gonna go. Saw that coming.
Well, he reminds me of Frodo that got like a full body shave.
Yeah.
He's kind of got that little. What was Frodo? What was his species? He wasn't a troll. He was from Lord of the Rings.
I know what you're talking about. He was.
Well, this guy's had knives on here, and he had the ProCut logo out beside the knife, and now I'm not seeing the damn thing. I don't think I went this far back because I never stay on. Let me go to fixed blades. Maybe that's.
I'm glad I've used ProCut as much as I have, just so I could experience it and see what why knife makers love carbon steel so much, and I get it. But if I can't make a customer happy with how it patinas or how fast it patinas, I won't use it anymore. So we'll see.
Is that what you think people are?
The only person I've heard had an issue with it was Cheeto. Said he had some that rusted super fast for no reason, and but that's all I know.
Well, I know you've got, like, I found out through not telling Joe that my tried and true was K390. You know, it rusted.
Right. But I mean,
these people are proud of these T-Kills.
Yeah. You knew what you were getting when you bought K390, though.
That's a good knife right there, by the way, guys. We've got an S35 VN one down at the Mini Hunter, down at the shop.
I'm not paying for extra for cold steel and S35.
No, but it's a nice
S35. But if I can get it in OS 10, I'll take it in OS 10. There's not enough difference in S35 and OS 10, in my opinion.
And you know more than me. That FUK from Medford's interesting. But I'm not seeing this ProCut. Surely somebody didn't buy it. Maybe he pulled them all off. I'm going to go to one more page after this, and then I'll be done if I don't see it. But it was a maker that I did not recognize. There it is.
Yeah, Richard's a good example. I mean, he's got some ProCut now. We'll find out.
Do you recognize this guy?
I don't know who it is.
We're gonna go look at a couple more of his listings.
What's he charging for it?
He's charging. This is a cleaver for $109.
It's pretty. I mean, it's pretty.
And here's a laser. An MZK is the name of his company for $109. Let's see what it looks like.
Are these handmade, or does he have them stamped out, or do you know?
I think it says ultra light flat ground blade with convex transition. Give this laser thin blade a cutting performance, made from 63 HRC ProCut steel, wrapped in a paracord with leather sheath, handmade by Zane Marlowe in Appiason, Tennessee.
Okay, that's not bad.
But that's just a little paracord wrapped one.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I mean, the HRC, is that about what what is a...
That's a little, I mean, there's two heat treat protocols for ProCut. There's a toughness protocol and an edge retention protocol. And I went with the edge retention protocol. That's why I was a little worried when Richard hammered it through that fucking petrified chunk of wood he had. But it held. It took it. So
And see what makes something like this.
I don't know how he's making any money at all at 109 with a sheath. And I mean, I get it. I've sold knives that cheap before too, just to make the next one.
But what's the story with this? With half face blades, Phil Jr., $650.
I don't know. And maybe you're paying for his reputation. They're probably not having one of his knives. I don't know.
I mean, his sheath looks nice. Have you heard
you guys in the chat tell me, some of you have already bought it. And this is 65 HRC Pro Cut. It's acrylic handles that I made. Is with a leather sheath. This isn't one Terry made. I actually think this is a little lesser than what Terry makes. But with a leather sheath, you know, with my logo lasered on it, all that costs money. I'm selling that for $240. Do y'all think that's too high? Like,
No.
has anybody been interested in it and not bought it because it was too much money? I don't know. I mean, I need that kind of feedback.
No, you need to. The only feedback you need is what it cost you and what time you got in it. And then if it doesn't sell, you realize you discontinue it. You don't lower the price because people say they don't. I mean, I think it's very, very fairly priced for what it is. Ooh.
All I did on this knife is if this was made in crewware, I deducted the difference in price between the crewware and this. I may have made a few extra dollars in the labor that I saved from not having the grind crewware.
Is $320 about what a LMAX Shark costs?
I don't know.
From Alex?
At one point in time, he was selling them for dirt cheap. Just to
I know.
So I don't know.
I really, really I love a Shark, but that's way out of my price range.
Yeah.
Anyways, that might be the only Pro Cut, but it's amazing what some of these blades cost.
Yeah. To be honest, what I'm using Pro Cut for is to kind of test a model. I don't want to do it in something absolute garbage, so if people buy it, they'll regret it. But my plan is to, you know, if this blows up and somebody wants it in S90V, then I'd be tickled to death to make it in a better steel for a little more money.
Sure, it puts it kind of tests the design without you having to go to the ham, right?
Yeah, I mean, I know for a fact after seeing Cheeto's opinion on Pro Cut, he's not going to buy anything new I make in Pro Cut. He'll wait. So I get it.
Hey, I did see something interesting. What do you think about S110V? I know what you think from grinding it, but if somebody was making
S110V doesn't really have a reason to exist. It doesn't
well,
hold an edge as long as S90. The grain structure is too chunky, so it's even more fragile. I just don't feel like it has a place. S90V is better in every aspect and costs a little less. Just a couple of dollars. Yeah.
I was going to show you something. It may only be on the
I hear you, Richard.
The new Tri-Stash Integral is coming out. There's a video Cole put out on it, and it's in S110V.
Is it though? We've had
is it though? No, well, I mean, it's allegedly.
Right. And it might be S110V right off the shelf from Crucible. It is possible, but is it though? I don't know. Yeah, I thought a lot about that chart you showed, and I'm glad those guys are doing that. But
that one with the individual?
Yes, to make that chart worthwhile, they would need a third and a fourth party to edge retention test those knives so that you could cross and see what the edge retention was at that HRC for it to be. Because look, I can make a knife at 65 HRC and it have less edge retention than the same knife at 62. All they're testing is the HRC.
YouTube, it's me,
we don't know that it's actually a good heat treat.
Right. But this is the knife. It's an integral.
Yeah.
Let's see if he says why he chose.
I don't care what he says. I can tell you why he chose it.
Because people wanted it?
No. Because there's a huge super steel shortage, especially in China right now.
Oh, so you can only get certain super steels that you choose from.
They're struggling to get a hold of MagnaCut, or their version of MagnaCut, especially after.
And we moved over to the V2 blade shape with the bigger choil, the taller blade, so we could grind it thinner. Because I wanted to just be obnoxiously thin. But there you go. Yeah. So the grind comes up to the halfway point of the flicking hole instead of the bottom. Yeah. Again, on a taller blade. So the grind height it's an inch of grind, dude.
Yeah.
Been a really successful knife. It's a cool knife. I reviewed the first one that had the button through liner lock, and it was the best creator knife that I'd experienced. I haven't experienced all of them by any means, but I experienced a lot of lefties, and I liked the tri-stash, except for the mustache. I couldn't get past that, only because it wasn't symmetrical. It drove me crazy because it was always cocked. You could never get it to straighten up in the frame of the knife.
Yeah. Terry can do it. That's right.
And it drove me crazy.
But Terry, I know I'm assuming you heard everything I said earlier. If when I said this detrimental to me, if you do need to go up a few bucks, it's not going to hurt my feelings. We'll work it out. I just feel like I appreciate your desire to make it a price range that everybody can afford to get something. But I don't think $5-10 has ever stopped anybody.
It's not. It's a piece of pizza.
I want you to be around for a long, long time. I don't want you to think, man, I'm going to have to take a job at this local factory because I can't make enough money making leather products. So do what you need to do, buddy. Because there are people in this community and every community that see your price and will buy something lesser that costs more just because it makes them feel better about their purchase.
Yeah, some people want to spend. I'm guilty of it, and I'm bad about buying these little Amazon 3.5-inch notebook holders. I don't buy the real nice ones, but I won't buy one if it's less than $25. And some of them that are 15 look just as nice. But I have this perception that if it's not X amount or more, and this is an Amazon product, that's not like a handmade product.
Right. I'm the same way, John. I've scrolled through Amazon looking for stuff and see the exactly what I'm looking for from two different suppliers, maybe a different brand, and I'll pay $7 more for this one just because it's a little more expensive. I think maybe it's a little better quality. It may not. It may be the exact same piece of shit from China.
So good.
I don't know.
Exactly. You do never know. But no, I found that blade steel site to be a great foundation for people to really embrace. And I didn't know if Metal Complex's video, because I didn't watch the whole thing, was kind of rallying people that did that kind of testing, that had,
hey, that takes time and money, man. I'm proud they're doing it.
Yeah, I mean, me too. You just one of those hard to get a test if you're testing one knife, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's cool that you can go in here and you can see and it'll also save everything you checked.
Here's the thing: even for the people that want to throw up the questions, how reliable it's testing. It's testing and a piece of information that we haven't had in a long time. So I'm for it.
In a really nice format. Yeah. I'll tell you something interesting, Shane. I had two guys come in yesterday. One guy was my age, maybe a little younger, and the other guy was like his apprentice. They were driving two different concrete trucks from Birmingham, but they were doing big concrete jobs in Huntsville and staying an extended stay, making good money. And he was coming in looking at bug outs, and we didn't have the bug out he was looking for, the older guy, because they were killing time. Guess what they were both carrying, and they carry every day for their job?
No idea.
Ozark Trail, $9.99 orange Walmart knife, and they say they know it's a piece of shit. They'll cut through staples and it'll fuck up, and they'll just leave it on the site in the truck in the burn bin.
I wouldn't carry a spider coat if I worked concrete. Do you know what lime does to a tool steel?
Oh, it just probably pits it out.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
What's up, Paper Tiger? Long time no see, brother.
More often than not, I've had way more people reach out to me for knife buying advice that had very low knife budgets and did shit jobs and were probably going to destroy the knife. And I recommend the same knife every single time.
I've got to try one of those out.
The best budget knife ever made. It's $35 right now on Amazon. It's excellent 14C. It comes razor sharp. It's a stainless steel frame. Yeah, if you push it back too far, you'll bend it. Absolutely. But
if you treat it like a knife, like you would your regular knives, you're not going to have any problems. You're going to have a good knife.
Yeah. And if you destroy it, you buy another one.
Yeah, that's the whole thing that they said, that they'll lose them, leave them on places. They've had them dump in a bed and not be able to get it out of not a bed. What do you call something that you just poured concrete and you're raking over it?
Yeah, I understand.
And
but going back to what we were talking about, paying more on Amazon, but this is different because I know this is levels and levels and levels better than an Ozark Trail.
Correct.
I'll pay 3 times as much.
And you're paying only 3 times as much. You're not paying.
You don't have to pay $70 for a budget knife from Civivi that's not as good as this.
That's a fact. And Civivi almost gives you too many choices. You wonder what they're shooting for. And I think they're shooting for market saturation instead of coming out with just some good knives, which Reich stuck with that design.
John, have you ever watched or listened to the story of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce? It's my favorite barbecue sauce, but it's kind of a scam. They have like 40-something different flavors of Sweet Baby Ray's. They only care about one. They could give a shit less about all of those other flavors. They don't care if anybody likes them. They don't care if anybody buys them. They produce them to saturate the market because it affects where their sauce sits on the shelf in the grocery store. Civivi did that, and now they're in Walmart. They wouldn't have been in Walmart if they'd made 5 good user work knives. They'd never been in Walmart.
Yeah. That's a fascinating point because you are competing for that merchandising space, right, and to get in front of those people.
Yeah.
I always wonder when I see, because Melissa Backwoods has been on my shorts feed, and she does long, like 3-minute informative shorts, and she'll sit there and baton through shit. Have you ever watched her shorts? She's not just showing off knives; she's out batoning a knife through some stuff.
And I'm not taking anything away from Richard's test of my knife, but you can baton with almost anything. You know, you can do what Scab does with almost any knife. And I'm glad they do it. But at the end of the day, it's how many times can you do it? How long is it going to hold up? If you're talking about tough, it's leaning towards. But, you know, I think we could probably all get by with less than what we have. Yeah, you
cannot baton with the Mordax. We've seen that story. Remember Stevie batoning with his Mordax?
Yeah, but hats off to ProTech for taking care of it.
Absolutely. And I wouldn't expect anything less from ProTech, even though he was abusing it. What's up, Dr. Drew Dude? But we got in a couple of those blue-bladed ProTechs. What's the story with that blue blade? Is it a treatment or is it just, it's still MagnaCut, right?
It's just a coating, man. It's just a bragging thing.
I told you that
just got a blue blade.
When we left, you were in the car with me. We left Atlanta together, or Nashville together, after hanging out with Scott from Wicked Wax. And he called me, panicked on the phone because somebody bought some Wicked Clean and put it on their blue ProTech, and it had taken the finish off. And he was asking us if we'd ever heard of that happening, or what that finish was. I said, I don't know.
It's probably an anodization, which people need to understand. Anodized is not a coating. Anodized means that molecularly, the particles in that metal reflect
light
differently.
It
is not that color. It reflects light that color. And it is easily removed or rubbed off. It's not permanent.
Exactly right. And it gets flat just from dirt.
It's a layer of oxidization. And yes, the right cleaner, chemical, whatever, will remove that oxidization.
Ryan, what is up, brother? Ryan Ellis, you got a link too, brother. In your link spot. Ryan never comes on.
Hey, look at Drew's comment.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Ryan might have had a decent knife day. I couldn't tell if that was just me waking up from a fever dream.
I wish I had more. I've got so many knives very close to delivery. I'm super proud of, but they're all at laser right this second, so I don't have anything to show other than this one. And I still have to hand sand these scales and get a little more sheen out of them tomorrow before I deliver this.
I love that blade shape now that you clipped it.
That's this is a local sale. Even Ryan was shocked when he heard who bought it, because this dude has literally been a multi-millionaire since he was 18 years old. So for him to see something I made and like it and want to pay for it was a pretty good feeling. But he doesn't buy if it's not bougie. Ryan can attest to that.
What's up, Kyle?
What's up, kids? How we doing?
We're doing
I'm doing well. And I was not hating on everybody. I just don't like a certain individual.
We get
I
it.
didn't think you were hating on anybody. You were just being opinionated. You're entitled.
Yeah, you don't have to like him if you want to. I don't hang out with the dude on a regular basis in real life.
Me neither.
I really don't care.
He may be a nice human being. I just don't like the over energetic fakeness to it and the shilling of stuff. That's all. Outside of that,
I don't think the over energetic's fake at all. I think that's just who he is.
That is legit personality stuff, but his excitement, I think, is what Kyle's saying. His manufactured excitement.
Yeah,
of the knife.
It seems, and whether it is or not, it just comes across as not very genuine. That's all.
Ronald Dobbins, what's up, brother?
I'm gonna step off screen for a second. I gotta take my medicine and.
What's up, guys? What's up, Drizzy, Maddie?
Things, but I'll be right back.
Yeah, leave your screen up. We'll wait for you.
Yeah, I won't be gone in just a minute.
I really enjoyed this knife.
Terry,
and I'm going. Go ahead.
Terry, I'm sorry, Terry. I'm glad you got the knife. I haven't seen from Aiden, but if I see him, I'll tell him to reach out.
Had me worried there was a problem for a minute.
See this little knife, Kyle? This little olive, little USA made LMAX knife.
Yeah.
It is very slicey. I don't know if I can justify the price for it yet, but it's a very nice, well done knife.
Those are USA made?
What's that?
Those are USA made?
Yeah.
What's up, YouTube? Mills, whoever else I missed. Marco, Richard.
We got a good crew here tonight. I saw
Lakeside.
Nemo was in here.
Yeah, I saw Momo earlier. Yeah, I didn't know that those were USA made.
I didn't either till this one came out, and I'm not sure if the first one was USA made. I think the first one was made overseas, and then they were trying to bring their manufacturing because they're a USA group of guys. But it's a slicey little knife. It kind of reminds me of a shark. I just saw a shark on Blade Bench, but it's $345, which seems a little rich for my blood, seeing as I don't work much.
How much is it? How much is it?
$345 for SPK. I don't know which generation.
Where at?
SPK shop or Shark and Blade Bench.
Oh, that's dude. Those I told you those are 160 new.
Are they still 160 new? Or I know he did that little thing where
originally they were 160 new. I don't know what they are now, but
does he still ever produce them, or has he kind of shelved them? And that's why I'm on the secondaries.
Olive knives are handcrafted in facilities in both the U.S. and in South Africa.
Oh, you're talking about the arbors?
I'm just looking at the Olive Knives website.
Yeah, yeah, and it's the Veneri is the one that's USA made, I think, except for the Elmax that comes from Austria, and the other one is South African. I don't know about their folder, but this one has a little thing about inside it that says that it's I don't know if it means anything, but they did take the time to put a little paperwork saying that this one was but then you look at the price of it, and then you look at the price of this knife. This is a tenable Loki fixed blade in D2 and G10. This thing's $45 and has very similar geometry to that. So my point is, there are a lot of different price points out there depending on what you're looking for. I did my first fail video last night, Kyle, and I wasn't expecting it to fail. I even reached out to the manufacturer and told them that the lock bar failed. Well, it developed lock rock and blade play, and I was getting ready to have to slam it on film. And he says, we discontinued that model. Because I said, if you want, you can send another one, I'll review it, but I have a feeling it's just a bad geometry lock combination. And he kind of agreed, so I let him know I was going to let it rip tater chip.
So you're saying that D2, was that a fixed blade?
That little one I just showed you.
I couldn't see it, but yeah, okay.
I'm showing on this top center screen. So it's called a Loki.
Yeah, that's okay.
Collaboration, just a basic knife. I mean, it's nothing to write home about, but it's like $45. Compared to that arbor that I was just showing you, that's a very similar blade shape. Oh, Richard,
you don't have to, nor should you ever justify what you charge.
No, yeah, man. If you're comfortable doing it,
because there's things that people don't. When you say that, there's things that go into that people don't understand, like what it costs you to buy a whole side of 4-wing leather.
Who's Cerakoting?
And the fact that you have to sit on that money, and don't make out like it's $25 and it's just 15 minutes of your time. Because there's more that goes into, and you know as well as I do, there's more that goes into that than what the average person is not going to understand. Some people will think, I don't even want to give $25 if it only took 15 minutes.
Are you talking about this Cerakoting? I think that's PVD.
Ready? I agree 100%.
Yeah, they're not Cerakoting if that's coming from China.
No, but I think he might have been talking about a different knife. He asked, do I know who did his Cerakoting? I don't know who he's talking about.
Luke's probably 20 minutes behind in chat. What is it?
I traded for that yesterday.
When you have them and people on screen, it makes all the little screens smaller. Let me zoom in. Okay.
Let me make it big. Hold on, I'll make it big.
What is it? Sawbuster?
Yeah, well, it's a GEC sod, whatever they call it. Not a buster. It's got a half stop. Micarta and 1095.
On the blade. The name's
bull nose. Bull nose. But it's got a number. I just don't have the little tin here. And I showed you my Viper, didn't I? My number 47 that I traded for. Check this one out.
Think so.
And I know you don't do slip joints.
Yeah,
but I love that knife.
Right, Terry, but Shane was just screaming at him about it.
I always wonder when I look at GECs.
I apologize. I'm a little defensive of Terry's work because here's another thing.
No, I was talking about yelling about the name of the knife.
But I always think that they're promotional. I don't think that the blade writing ever has anything to do with the name of the knife. I always feel like it's something on there promotionally.
another thing about Terry that a lot of people don't think about too. There's not many custom leather makers out there that you can order something and Terry's going to make it that day or the next. But I appreciate other people's leather work. I'm not down in what they do or even their price because I think they're worth it. But I don't want to wait months.
No, that's a fact.
So the point is, you get in now while you can have it back in a week.
Well, I've got this sitting right here. I'll show this off. Here's a slip from Terry.
Ooh.
Now, see, that's badass.
That is very badass.
That's not basic at all.
There's that, and then here's one of the wallets he did for me.
What's the material?
Card slip, leather.
What kind of leather? Is that like alligator?
It's an embossed. It's not actual gator.
It's like Kyle. It just acts bougie.
Did you really want me to pull shit out, Shane?
No.
It looks good.
Please, God, don't, Kyle.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, these are great. He did one. It's actually in the other room, but the one I carry all the time is my favorite wallet I've ever owned. It's a top loading wallet, and I don't know if that's actually one of ones he's making on the site, or if it's just one he did for me now. But that one is phenomenal.
That needs to be my next investment. I'll show you what I've been carrying. I was carrying that Axel wallet, that hard one, for a while, and then I got some stuff from CountyCom, and it had this little RFID minimalistic wallet. This guy right here, and I carry it in my front pocket now. But I need to get a proper wallet, a proper front pocket, just dropper. I carry like 4 cards. And
at this point, Terry's wallet has exceeded every EDC item I own for amount of time carried. But nothing's even close. More than any knife I own.
Sorry, Terry. I forget I mentioned it. Terry didn't make me that wallet. Never mind.
That's been my number one carry item that I use the most.
What?
You know what's weird? It took me a while to even get used to carrying a wallet. Then it took me a while to get in the habit of carrying a knife. But I still haven't gotten the habit of carrying a flashlight every day. I do when I remember, when I think of it. And I think it's just as important as the other two. But for some reason, I've been really slow to train myself on carrying a wallet. I mean a flashlight.
It's got to be one that you find that fits your form factor. And what I learned is a couple of times that I was carrying it and I dropped a screw or something, or I had to look for something under a desk, how much it happened, you know?
Yeah.
How easy it was to find stuff. So now I always carry it. And this knife, Tate told me about
this little AAA, one option, one click. That's all it does. It's a lot. And I keep it on my nightstand. I don't carry it because if I have something that's very tiny print, a lot of times my glasses aren't enough. I have to have a light as well. So that's my reading flashlight.
Your reading light?
Yeah.
This one Tate told me about, it's $35.
Y'all have that in the store, don't you?
Nope. He carries Phoenix. This is an M-Seer. I had to order it, but it's got a really nice menu.
You know,
I use a lot of Phoenix lights in my phones.
This is Phoenix too. Phoenix flashlights and RUIKE rock knives are the same company.
I like these. This Olight Seeker's not bad. I wouldn't use it on a weapon, but it's really nice for the farm.
It's a little big for the pocket, though, right?
Yeah, this is a little big. This is something that you use this when you got like a side-by-side or a truck or something.
Friends don't let friends buy Olights.
I'll show you a pretty revolutionary one.
Cool.
This is one called 7. I forget. They're the sub company of. God, I can't think. They're called 7 something, but the sub company of a bougie light maker. But this is a house light, and it sets in a little thing that plugs in. That's why it's got this weird base. So it's always charging. And when the power goes out, it automatically turns on. a light little tower so you can find it in the dark, and then it's ready to go because it's been charging until the power went out. So it senses when the power goes out.
There's no such thing as a bougie flashlight, John.
Well, it's not bougie.
They're all made by the same people with the same components.
No, there definitely are, Shane.
They just lie about these special components so that people like Kyle believe it and pay more. It's all
Shane, do you want me to show you? And I'm not talking.
It's all made in China. It's all the same shit.
This little light, dude, for the money, I can't find anything better.
Where'd Shane go?
Oh, that's a little O-light. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd he go? There he comes. He's back.
Kyle, as long as you're happy paying more. All I know is when I match the home button, things in front of me are illuminated. I can either pay $40 for that, or I can pay $700 for that.
It doesn't matter, Shane. You can't see what's in front of you anyways.
The things are still illuminated.
What's up, Amsler Knives?
Yeah, this one's great because it has the little moonlight mode.
Yeah.
It's a magnetic charge, waterproof. Like I use this for all the all kinds of stuff with the tanks.
I concern myself more with how long will it run on low than how bright is it on high.
It'll do like something insane, like 11-hour runtime on moonlight on charge.
So I have two different types of light, Shane.
No,
I have it. I said I have two different types. Would you shut up?
No, you don't. They're all light made in China. You don't have two different types.
Actually, no, I don't. I actually have knives flashlights that are made here. Thank you.
With Chinese components.
Circuit boards, but not actual bodies.
Right.
Anyways, quit interrupting me. I have what I consider like daytime lights that aren't high powered, that are just more for tasks. If I needed, to look at something under a car or whatever else. Then I have powerful flashlights that are nighttime flashlights that I use solely for blinding purposes, or it has a mode to look for low. But the first priority for the nighttime flashlights is it's turbo on is the first thing, and then if I want to go into low mode, I'll drop down into low mode.
At the end of all this, though, what are you doing? You're illuminating a dark area.
Different ways to do it,
Okay.
and there are the fact of how the light is transferred is a huge ordeal as far as the candelas. People talk about lumens, but it's actually candelas when you're talking about Amsler, yeah, and then Ankos.
All I care about is was it dark and is it now light? That's all I care about.
Well, some lights can actually
let's all take a minute to suck up to Amsler knives because
I'm just showing his. I've got 3 of his knives. I love them.
Let me tell you why Amsler is one of my heroes in the knife industry. Because I feel like he was the first guy that I ever ran across that was truly doing something that not everybody else was doing. And I started to make my version of a EDC scalpel, but I never will, out of pure respect for that guy. Because I love what he does. I love his product. I love the fact that not everybody else was doing it. And he knocked it out of the park. Hats off to that dude.
Absolutely. They're great little knives. USA made. You can wear them in your shirt pocket.
Clearly on my Mount Everest of makers because of that little street scalpel.
Not only are you an interrupter, but you're also a kiss ass.
I am, and I don't know the guy. I've never met him. Never owned one. Bad part. I will own one.
I like his stuff too, but I'm not going to glaze them.
I am. I said, let me take a moment to suck up the Amsler knives.
I'll take a moment to appreciate him too.
Yeah. Did I not say that, Bugsy? I was going to take a moment to suck up to Amsler knives. Did you hear that?
You clearly prefaced that.
Shane, you were watching too much Ray today. He's not going to send you something for free. Calm down.
I don't want anything for free. I want to order one. I'm going to buy one. What is Shane's glaze fee? No, I just like his products. And another thing that John talks about, and I don't think y'all care for it very much. I kind of like the whole idea. I don't want to word this wrong. I kind of like county calm. they don't sell anything I need, but it's fun and interesting to look at the things that they have, and sometimes laugh at the outrageous, exorbitant price of some of it.
But sometimes find something really, really useful.
Yeah, they found a little niche where they carry, shit that you don't need, but it's kind of cool to look at.
I'll show you what I buy from time to time. These are $4.99, and you can see this one's all beat up. But these are little like wedging sticks for getting scales off. They're plastic, so they're not going to scratch.
Yeah.
And they've got little metal ones like this, but little things that just make life easier. This right here, again,
they're not near as cool as Amsler Knives Street Scalpel, though.
No, but like this that you could get for a lot less. This little magnifying glass helps me look at blade steels.
How much did that cost, Javon?
$45. How much did it cost me? Nothing. But it costs $45 in titanium or in John, your favorite.
Please tell me you have that compass that's on their website.
No, I never got the compass.
I want that compass bad, dude. What is it, like $150? The sapphire. What's the word?
I'm about due to release. I've done 3 videos for them that have fucking killed. They have killed. So it
says in the ad that it is an heirloom compass. I want County Com's heirloom compass.
Heirloom.
Yeah. That's
by the way, I want to say something real quick. Amsler, I was by no means taking a shot at you. That was strictly at Shane. Your product was great.
That was all over.
I was just making fun of him.
Oh yeah, exactly. I think Amsler knows that.
Just making sure he's aware.
Yeah,
absolutely. But
they've got cool stuff, but they also have some just ridiculous stuff at ridiculous prices.
I agree.
Oh, this compass is ridiculous priced.
And their watches. I don't know how a watch is priced.
$229, John. Please get them to send this to you for review, and I'll pay you $100 for it.
Hey, dude, let me tell you something. I've got 2 wrenches here, one back over there, but I've got an 8-inch titanium wrench. Look it up. Look up the 8-inch titanium wrench.
I don't care about the wrench. Get the compass. I'll pay you for it.
I'll tell you, I want to work for it, but look at the wrench. They will sell me bougie stuff. Look how much.
Look at the wrench. I've seen it before. It's dumb.
Shane, read that.
Read what? No, I'm cool roasting. See, that makes me like him before.
See, to me, that's just cool.
He's sitting over feeling glazed at the moment. Yeah, I see a 4-inch wrench for $100.
No, there's an 8-inch.
8-inch is $250.
Yep.
The 12-inch is $350.
I've got an 8-inch and I've got a 4-inch.
Probably doesn't work very well.
Bugsy,
it's titanium.
Bugsy, did you see John's grappling hook?
No.
Show it again.
That's my little one. I've got a big one too.
Well, that one would hold your weight. Yeah.
Yeah, this one probably hold my weight. But I've got to get my little small paracord, and then I wear it like Batman wears it around my belt. Look, Bugsy.
No, Marco, he didn't.
Hey, I mean, never know.
You never know. Hey, it wouldn't pull an octopus out of a rock. Did John check the box for County Com? I don't even know that box exists. I've got all my stuff preset, not for kids, is absolutely just vanilla as I possibly can. And I always do my best to remember that this shit was sent for me to review.
Yeah, that a boy, Richard.
I am purchasing this.
I don't have a Vulcan, Ronald, but I'll look one up because I'm curious.
I've showed you before, John.
The first of this coming month, this is my next knife purchase, this Amsler scalpel.
Which one's that made out of?
I don't know. It's the black and with the gold clip.
If you look, he makes them out of different materials like Magna Cut or S35 or Crewware, the whole thing.
I'm not very picky about the blade steel on it.
See, that's the thing. I would, if I were you, I'd be making that myself.
It was S90V or something. 60 HRC what? Oh, that's just S35. Yeah, I don't care what the blade steel is.
Vulcan knives. I know it sounds familiar.
That purpose, it doesn't matter.
Hey, I could sizzle this bitch for $31 a week, or 2 weeks, whatever it is.
Like, I would figure, Shane, that'd be one that you would just make yourself.
I said that, I was going to, and I know y'all think I'm glazing him, but I didn't. Because I was being completely honest. I have so much respect for what he did, for what he does, and if I made it without a mill, it wouldn't have the pockets and the holes. It wouldn't be nearly as cool. So I just want to buy one from him. I've accepted the fact that I'm a nerd, and a lot of times I spend what little money I make on knives buying other people's knives, but I'm happy. That's all that matters.
He doesn't have any.
That is all that matters.
Javon, he doesn't have any in stock right now.
Got Instagram though, right?
Or just go to the past gallery and he'll show what he's got. I've showed you these before.
Now, that useless ass thing that kid in Huntsville makes, I don't know that I'll ever pay the money for that. I may have to make one of them myself.
The little titanium thing?
I don't know. Yeah.
With the little blade that comes out the end. Those are cool. You can't click on them.
Titanium stick with the really sharp looking little arrowhead kind of knife blade on the end of it.
Shane, this is for you. Shane, this comment's for you. Read that.
Fuck Etsy. Hit me up direct. Got it. Good deal. Because I hate using Etsy.
Shane hates using anything you have to log into.
You're exactly. That is 100% true. Are you on Instagram, Abs? I'm not sure if I follow you on Instagram. Is that the way
Me too.
He is on Instagram.
I absolutely hate all the logins and passwords and all the BS.
Hey, Kyle, do you have an iPhone?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, my Safari forgot every fucking. I didn't clean anything, but it forgot all my, like when I used to type in StreamYard to go right to StreamYard. I have to type in everything and log in everything.
Do you not have passwords set up in your?
Yeah, I do. But I used to just go. What I'm saying is, I used to could just go straight there. Like if I start typing StreamYard, I don't know if I've gotten in. Like, are there different groups of sites that it saves?
All right. No. So you have. Do we want to do a tech? Do you want to do a tech stream?
Amazon, I'm fishing to message you. I may buy that from you right this second.
What is it?
That scalpel. So make sure to message.
See, Rick has that light, Bugsy.
Can I use Javon 90 for 90? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, the little OLEDs are great. And if you ever have a problem with them and you send them back to OLED, they just send you a brand new one.
Oh, yeah.
The only issue with it is the collectible ones. Like I have a titanium one that's like that I carry with a lot of my other stuff. It's super lightweight and it's waterproof and the battery lasts forever. So it's
the issue I have with OLED is one.
You know, but what would have erased it?
I guess I wasn't talking.
I'm sorry. I just had to answer the question, and you're second chair, so I talk over you at will.
Do we really want to go there?
No.
Bugsy, the issue I have with OLED is one, their original marketing team was extremely, how do I want to phrase it? Suspect, to be frank. And then secondly, I hate the proprietary internal batteries and charging. That is not safe for internal lithium batteries charging.
Now that you know all that, Bugsy, turn it on. Hold it.
I've swapped them.
Hold up.
What were you saying, Bugsy?
I said I've swapped the batteries out with something that I forget that at the time I looked it up and I found something close.
Bugsy, does it go from dark to light when you turn it on?
It does. Well, actually, this one right now probably not, because this one's probably dead.
Richard, I think you're right, because I did just have a software update.
And it's dead because of the proprietary charging system that causes.
Well, no, the charger system's actually cool. The little magnets on the back.
Yeah, but for lithium ions, that's not safe.
I mean, I haven't had any issues.
I'm just telling you, by the actual premise of it, I've been dealing with lithium ions for so long. The premise is you should have them on a safe charging platform, and that's not.
Yeah, I definitely don't, because I have it on my concrete floor.
I use all.
I I don't particularly store my flashlight in my mouth, so I don't know how it's unsafe.
All mine except my Olights use external batteries, and I use an external charger for them to slow drip them.
Okay.
Honestly,
so
I'm a weirdo, and I actually like running all my batteries to be double A's. Like I don't care what it is, whether it's a weapon light, a weapon like a red dot, even or whatever. I try to find it that runs double A's because you can find those things anywhere.
Well, in most flashlights, you're running 18 350s, 18 650s, 14 500s, or 10 440s.
Yeah, I
and
hate
and
it.
those are going to run off of unprotected cells. Well, the unprotected cells can vent very easily, and when they vent, they get violent. So when they're in a battery tube like that, and if both contacts are being pressed, and something goes wrong with that charging system, or the wire goes bad in there, and it doesn't snag it, they can explode. So they're very dangerous, and I'd much rather, if I'm having a low battery, to take it out, charge it on a dependable charger, and then put it back in. So,
what if you get struck by lightning while you're doing all this?
Hey, that's what I'm for.
Yeah, that's right. Bugsy's not going to get struck by lightning.
No, I'm the one that will get struck. I keep messing with it.
Yeah.
Keep playing with it. Keep playing with nature.
If my light ever explodes over there, leaned up against the wall with this little magnetic charger, then I'll write Kyle a formal letter apologizing and agreeing that he's smarter than me.
I hope it does.
Man, the most worthless lights I have, but the ones I have the most fun with are my LEPs, my laser emitting projectors, or what they're called. They'll shoot like a light for a quarter of a mile the size of a basketball. It won't help you find your keys, but it'll help you get yanked out of a fucking forest by a helicopter.
Yeah, there's something to be said for super bright lights. I don't typically run flashlights unless I absolutely have to. Like, because going back and forth between the super bright LEDs and then natural light, whatever it is, it definitely affects my eyes.
You like to stay stealthy?
Yeah, well, I just don't like to change, like, because there's like a moment, a time of weakness there, like when you're changing from, whether it's daylight to inside or outside, and then you have different LEDs, different colors. Even the headlights these days kill me.
Absolutely, Terry. Laptops and Teslas use 18650s in parallel. They when in parallel, you actually are a little bit safer. Plus, they're running circuit protection on them, so it's a little bit different. But yeah,
Check this little guy out, Javon.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. That's a little, what do they call those?
It's a little Wesson.
Wesson. I mean, but how much must it really cost to put that many 18650s in a cradle? They've got to be losing money on every Tesla. Are they not?
No.
I guess with subsidies, they're making money.
Well, but they're also buying those batteries in bulk. I mean, it's not like they're not paying full retail pricing on those batteries.
No, of course not. But you got to think that they're paying something because there's only a finite amount of the material that they make batteries out of, right? I know there's a lot of it.
They're buying those 1860 batteries for probably somewhere in the neighborhood of $1 a piece.
So what do you think is 1,000 per car?
I don't think there's that many in there. There's probably 200 to 300, I would say.
Okay. And like when you're
and they charge $10,000 to $15,000 for one of those battery packs.
So you can replace them if they go when they start to lose charge. You can upgrade your battery pack.
Yeah, I think the Teslas say it's 10 years roughly, is give or take, is when you should replace them when they're about 10 to 15,000.
I got you. So they're making money on those too.
Yeah,
I've seen the fires those things create. I want nothing to do with that.
We're not ready for electric car. I'm glad people are out there being test subjects. We're not ready just yet.
I'd love to drive one.
Shane, were you?
Everything you've ever driven feels stupid. Like, it is so insanely fast. It's mind blowing.
Yeah, it's like some of the only cars faster than my bike.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Gary?
Never mind.
How's it going?
How are you, buddy? We're talking about electric cars and car fires.
Oh, electric cars are awesome. Car fires is the biggest myth ever.
No,
No.
it is not.
I own
If they
one,
get
man.
crushed.
The chances of you getting in a car fire in an electric car are dramatically lower than a gas car. Turns out 25 gallons of gas is pretty flammable.
That is 100% true.
Yeah, my brother-in-law, that's a fire chief, deals with it all the time. It is not cool.
It's hard because they keep burning. That's the when they do catch fire.
Yeah, there's not a good way to extinguish them.
It's technically what they call thermal runaway.
I think the real problem is you have really stupid people that have them that think that they're smart people, and they do a lot of stupid things. And these things are,
Like do their makeup on their way to work.
Like once those things go up, there's no shutting them off, man. Those things.
Yeah, they got to burn out. It's got to burn through the battery.
Yeah.
Although newer battery chemistries are not as flammable.
I heard the salt batteries is where they're going with it, and it's a lot better, but I don't know much about it.
Yeah, they're fun though, man. My car's as fast as a Corvette.
Yeah,
and I just plug it in like my phone.
Yeah, that's one of those things. Like it's one of the few vehicles you can buy that are faster than my motorcycle.
And it'll do almost everything for you, won't it, Gary? If you want it to, if you lean into it.
Into the tech. If you pay for that. So full self-driving was $15,000 option.
For one-time payment, or is it a renewable?
No, that was you can own it, but now they're just going to a subscription model. It's like $100 a month. It's a party trick. I don't like it. I don't really use that part, except on the highway. It's kind of nice.
But doesn't it give you some degree of that on the highway without getting the full? Yeah, that's what I thought.
And I have that, but it's not as good as the full, even on the highway. Like the full will pass cars for you, and
Would you feel comfortable? See, I don't know if I would yet feel comfortable knowing that Elon Musk has his turds in a row. I just don't know if I'd feel comfortable watching shit happen while I'm riding.
Well, I don't think Elon Musk programs every one of those cars. I think there's probably a pretty significant team of engineers and software people that are doing that for him.
So
you would think and hope that there'd be smart people doing things.
Tesla tries to convince you that this vision only system that they have is enough. I think they're going to need to do like some radar or some LiDAR in addition. I don't think they're going to get there just with cameras. I think that's the limitation.
I agree with that. I would think that cameras have a harder time with depth perception than something that's more precise like a laser or a radar.
And think about it, like for people to trust self-driving, it can't just be a little better than a human. It can't be twice as good as a human. It's got to be like 10 or 20 or 100 times safer than a human, because no matter how safe it is, it's going to make mistakes and people are going to die.
I was just going to say, Gary, we already trust female drivers. It's not that large a jump to trust an iPhone to drive you around.
I think once these things have their own will, which is coming soon, I'm not getting into anything.
They might take you somewhere really cool, though.
Nope.
This is my aluminum drinking straws. I'm selling them for $14.99. I buy them for $5 for a pack of 10 on Amazon. But if you are willing to pay $14.99, hit me up.
So
this is also my lanyard tube for my knives. But at the moment, it's a drinking straw. And if you want one, I've got a bunch of them.
You're such a mess.
I got to recover this money I just spent on this Amsler knife.
If you're going to mark it up like that, you got to do at least something. You got to at least flare one end of it.
Yeah, put a little touch on
it. What do they call this is an heirloom quality simplistic design. It's just got a hole through the middle of it.
I bet it'll chip your teeth too.
Man, every time I go over to Jersey, they have those cardboard straws that melt in your mouth.
Yeah.
Terrible.
They are awful, dude.
But they biodegrade real easily, right? Isn't that the whole thing that they don't?
Yeah, it's in your mouth while you're drinking.
Yeah, they make everything taste like crap, and
I just don't drink out of a straw, so I don't have to get you either way.
I just don't anymore.
I drink out of straw when I'm on the road, but not like in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Derek, you did just say cardboard straws.
Yeah.
And they are a thing. I've seen them before, and I've experienced them. It's kind of like a McDonald's cup, but not done as well.
And I've heard that they're like, there's so
That's
much.
a good explanation, John.
There's so
like
much
a McDonald's
glue.
cup with less wax.
There's so much glue or something involved in the making of it that you're just drinking like chemicals as that cardboard like breaks down in the first like 3 minutes of you drinking.
I do wish the whole plastic bottled water thing would just go away. That was a stupid idea to begin with, especially knowing that all those companies are filling those bottles with tap water from somewhere. The majority of it comes from right here in Alabama. I could drive out tomorrow and show y'all the spring that Cayuga pumps from, and everybody else buys from Cayuga, and it's our city water, what comes out of our tap. Now, however, for it to come out of our tap, it is going through some aged cast iron pipes, which probably do have some buildup in them, but still, it's tap water. Y'all are paying for tap water and throwing the bottle away that never biodegrades. I do think that's stupid.
Well, not just throwing the bottle away. I've heard, I don't know if it's true or not, so I've qualified this with junk science probably, but that those bottles can break down in the sun and stuff and leach chemicals into the water. Like if you're storing water in plastic bottles, it's not the greatest thing because some of the plastic chemicals can leach into the water. I don't know if it's true.
I do hold you in a slightly higher regard. I see you drinking liquid death because at least the can be recycled. It's still stupid that you paid that much for water, but whatever.
I don't drink liquid death.
I said I hold you in higher regard if you do because the can is recycled.
So in order for me to get any of those bottled waters clean enough to put in my fish tanks, I have to do extraordinary amount of stuff because there is a ton of microplastic. There's a ton of unknown TDS, total dissolved solids.
It's one of the biggest scams ever.
And honestly, I'm better off using my tap and filtering from there than I am to get bottled water, even if it's RO or distilled. The amount of plastic and other chemicals I can't even identify and I can't strip out is crazy.
So what is your startup time? Is it like 14 days to get a tank ready from the time you fill it till you can put life in it, or is it vary?
No, I wouldn't put life in it for at least 30 days. And that's if you have everything in there, the proper soil, the plants, everything already. But I wouldn't add any life for like 60 days if you really want a good shot at stability. Because there's going to be all kinds.
Bugsy Gary to do a YouTube channel focusing on his exotic shrimp raising business and have 24-hour streams that just focus on the tanks and let the super chats roll in and let the shrimp do their thing.
Yeah, it would be fun. It's hard to see. Like, I can't really figure out a good way to video through the glass.
So I've had 2 night cores. I had the night core EDC, the little round one. And about 20% of the time I go to turn it on, I have to take it apart and put it back together to get it to work. But then I bought the little flat night core, little flat one. I love it, but I have had nothing but trouble out of the round one. But yeah, night cores are, I guess.
What are you slapping, Kyle? That thing sounds like it's got some thunk.
Oh, just a pinya.
Enrique?
Yep.
Was there Enrique variety?
Yep. I don't have any of those.
The Alacron.
Does that have a thumb stud?
Yep.
Isn't that rare for pinas?
No. Thumb stud and front flipper.
I'm picking a Shane Jang P801B. Shane Jang being a very reputable knife designer in the city of Shenzhen in the country of China.
I love seeing you promote a Chinese knife, and you found a good one to promote.
Well, stop to promote it to remind y'all that y'all been wrong for 5 years. I never said I hated China, Chinese people, or Chinese production, but this is where it should stop. It's a good, well-made $35 work knife. I just hate the fact that now people are paying $400 for a Chinese-made knife that's not as good as a lesser-priced USA-made knife. That, in my opinion, is idiotic.
Well, I don't know. I at least try to get a Spyderco because at least their company is a U.S. company.
Right.
You know, for $40, it's hard to beat this giant ass. What is it? The Resilience.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a great knife.
You know, actually, Bugsy, that knife and this knife's made by the same people.
Yeah, that's
SRM makes Spyderco's Chinese stuff, and SRM and Reich are the same company.
I mean, I'm not saying this is a great knife. Like the blade can open in your pocket. It doesn't have the best detent, you know, for this gigantic freaking. I mean, the blade is. It's a monster blade.
Shady, this is a Reich P801B. This is the original Chinese budget knife. Stainless steel frame lock, about 63 to 64 HRC, 14C, and it's excellent. It's $35.
And Shane's proud of it.
I just think it represents where they were and when it was viable, and now they're more expensive than U.S. made, just like every other product China's ever started producing. They started out cheaper, and they used that money to corner the market, and then at the end of the day, they're just as expensive as U.S. made.
But if you look at Chinese-made knives like Kaiser that are individually designed by an interior designer, they're much less expensive than that $150, $200 range with premium materials. It's when you get into licensed products where someone goes to an OEM that they become much more expensive.
I get that. I don't hate on all these YouTubers that are having knives made. I wish it was easier for them to have U.S. knives made in the United States, but I get it.
To me, Chinese knives are like fast fashion. They are the fast fashion. They are the H&M of knives. And 10 years from now, models, and even expensive ones, I just don't think anybody's going to care.
Do you
I don't think they're going to be collectible.
Do you guys remember the Riot, that one that came with the comb insert? You could take the blade out and put the comb in it. It was like their flagship model. I can't remember what it was called now. But I remember when people were paying way over table for that knife. It was all the hotness, and it came with this stupid titanium comb that would literally pull the hair out of your head or beard. Everybody had to have it, and today it's nothing. And that knife came out well after the Sabenza 31, which is still sought after. So that's exactly what Gary is saying. They're today's hotness.
You're right. A flash in the pan.
A decade from now, they mean nothing.
Well, it's the same with the Ria Exo. That's what made Jared's channel pop off, and then people were paying over retail for those. Now you can get them for next to nothing.
Right. I can't remember what that was. That Riot, man. When I got into the knife community, though, that was
before my time because I don't remember that knife.
It was a really fancy Warncliffe knife, and the blade, it had 2 screws that held the blade in, and you could take it out and replace it with a titanium comb. It was a rather large knife, too. But that was their flagship in-house design thing. And everybody had one. And now they mean nothing.
I used to have a Microtech beard comb. Yeah. But like you said, it was just rips the hair out.
Yeah, titanium combs are not a good idea.
Yeah, because nobody actually like goes and like rounds.
That's it right there, the Jack 2.0. You know? You ever seen that, Gary? Do you remember that knife? The Riot Jack 2.0.
I make it my business to ignore Chinese knives.
Good answer. I'm pulling it up just so we can look at it and flash back because I don't think I do remember it.
Early on. So early on, David Dang, who owns Riot, had some really good designs and some really good knives. The Horizon. The K2 especially was very, very popular and very good looking. It was kind of a Tanto that was westernized. It was.
It's funny you mentioned the K2, Kyle, because that's the only knife that Gerald at Outpost 76 ever tested in Chinese M390 that performed fairly well. Not to what M390 is supposed to do, but it was the best performing Chinese M390 he ever tested.
Yeah, the K2 is still regarded. He sells above retail.
Yeah. But he tested another Riot in M390, and it didn't test but 10, 15 feet better than most HCR13 MOV. So take that for what it's worth.
Well, on a slight twist of topics, Gary, do you know how these fine gentlemen down in Alabama eat lamb?
I do not.
Mint jelly?
One leg over the left shoulder, one leg over the right.
It's not how we eat lamb, Kyle. We just don't eat lamb. We can't afford it. Actually, I'm waiting on you to send me a link, buddy. Oh, maybe.
Hey, Gary, have you ever met a guy by the name of Jason Grant? He goes by Brass Brigade on Instagram.
No.
He is a USA knife maker from out in Southern California. He might jump on for a few minutes in a little while. I'd love for you to meet him. He's a tattoo artist, has over 35 years, and is an amazing artist, but he carries that same type of line work into his little knives. But he's also designed a couple of knives with Best Tech. One of them is this knife right here, the Grant Gripper.
Okay.
Which is a USA designed Chinese OEM knife. But his little fixed blades are what are really cool. And his personality, he's just a good guy. I think you guys would hit it off. He may jump on, he may not. He's got a young family, and he's on West, or what is it called? Pacific time? Is that the proper term?
Yes.
Yep.
We're about to fall into the sea.
Shane, do you have your hawk bill handy?
I don't think Shane's listening to you.
He's concentrating. He's trying to read. That or he's constipated, one of the two.
No, he's either trying to write a sentence.
Or both.
Shane.
Damn it, why?
Kyle's got a question for you.
I had to start all over.
You need to etch a sketch.
A simpleton.
Are you counting? 27, 32?
He just left.
He did. He pieced out. You didn't kick him out.
I didn't kick him out. He left.
He'll come back.
Yeah, as soon as he's done counting.
He was figuring on something, but you don't ignore people. You say, hold on, man, I'm counting.
Or we just don't let him back in when he comes back.
Hey, had a really funny social experiment at the knife store yesterday afternoon. Thursdays are my favorite day because the young guy that I like is off. So I work with the old guy and the really, really young guy. And the old guy does not like animals. Well, yesterday, a young lady came in with the service dog. And I had to explain to the owner that, yeah, it's a service dog. It's got a vest. You know, you really don't need to make a scene. You need to let it in. Okay, whatever. So the little service dog was in there for about, I don't know, 5 minutes. And it kind of walked over to me and started sniffing. And John's kind of watching from behind the counter the whole time. And I know not to pet service dogs. And the little girl lady holding it said, oh, it's okay. He wants you to pet him. So I reached down and pet him. He crumpled up like a little Jack in the Box and took the wettest shit right there in the middle of the showroom. I mean, there were no less than 12 people walking around in there. She's freaking out. The little dog's freaking out. John is about to come unglued. And Levi, the young guy's running for paper towels. They had Windex. They had some of that Best Tech cleaner out on the hardwood floor. It was intense, man. I thought I was getting ready to be out of there in no time.
Well,
I thought I was going to be back to a full-time YouTuber.
Your owner can't say anything if it's a service dog. Legally, he can't even ask.
He's convinced, and we had this conversation again this afternoon, that he can say, ma'am, I understand. It's not that we're not allowing your dog in. I can't allow you in. I said,
No.
John, no, no, no. And the whole time Levi's reading the Disability Act, proving that he's wrong. And I just was like, okay, next time you want to do that.
So I learned a thing or two about service dogs in my church. There was a lady that had a service dog. Okay, so in Pennsylvania there are rules. I'm sure in Alabama there are rules. There are different rules in different places for how some dog becomes a service dog. But the long and short of it is most people take like a 2-minute class and slap a vest on a regular dog and call it a service dog, because service dogs don't do what that dog just did. So, and service dogs are a major financial undertaking.
Absolutely.
To have a truly trained service dog. These are just people's pets that people are slapping vests on.
And you can buy those vests at Amazon without the class, Gary.
You can. You can. But there's some paperwork too that you could ask for. The other thing is, if the dog does something, now I don't know where pooping on the floor falls on the
it has to be housebroken. It does say it has to be housebroken in the bylaw or in the law.
But it also can't like scratch people or jump on people or bite people. And if it does that, then you do not have to let it in. And you can deny. And that's what happened at church. It wasn't a service dog. It was just this lady's pet. And, you know, she was using it sort of in that way. But it was jumping on people, scratching them, scratching kids at church. So I had to tell her, you cannot bring the dog anymore.
I just know under ADA, you can't ask them what the service dog is for, though.
Right.
So, like, if your boss was John, if your boss was questioning, saying like, you know, what's your service dog for? I don't want to let you in because it's a service dog. He can't do that unless the dog's acting out.
Right, because you're giving up your personal medical information. Because I know from this lady's conversation,
HIPAA,
is she has she goes to dialysis a couple of times a week. So the service dog somehow, I don't know how it would test or be there for renal issues, but that's what its purpose is.
Well, dogs can sense ahead of time sometimes if someone's about to have an episode or something. So but they have to be trained for that. It's not just
extensive training. And like Gary said, they're quite a financial undertaking. I saw some very impressive ones at Blade Show. Where you don't reach down and touch them, and they're literally healed, walking next to their owner, and they're watching them the whole time. They're paying attention to if they're going to have a seizure or something. You can tell they're working.
Yep.
You know they're legit when they're for like a blind person, and they have like the handles on it, and they lead the blind person around.
Right.
Like that's a legit trained service dog. What has happened is they passed some pretty loosey-goosey laws. And then you can call anything your service animal.
People find a little bit of a small window and they'll try to take use out of everything and abuse it, unfortunately.
Yeah, you know, one thing I don't truly understand though is like people bring dogs around or some kind of pet for anxiety. I have more anxiety when my animal's with me on daily things, you know, like, because like, what's my dog doing? Like, is somebody trying to pet it? Like, is there little kids right here or another dog? Or, you know, like, I don't find that to be like helpful as far as like anxiety goes.
But if it was just you and your dog in the woods.
I don't take my dog anywhere because she's racist as hell.
By the way, I did see somebody asked if I saw my knife on Outdoor Analyst. Yes, I did.
I go to the shopping center and park, and 55 white people walk by, and she sits there and watch. If your skin tone's just a little dark, she is chewing on the glass. So I just don't take her anywhere.
Jesus, Shane.
It's the truth. She's a dog. What are y'all gonna do? Cancel her?
I think she was just canceled. What's her name?
BB.
Adam.
She's in there in the bed with my wife right this minute.
Hey, Sherry, I didn't know you were out west. I don't know why. Where I thought you were.
But how do you get mad at a dog? It just decided. But hey, man, they can be Filipino. They can be anything other than white. She's that racist.
Well, and I'm not this would sound worse. I'm not going to say it, but dogs, I will say it in kind of a general term away from that
Don't say dogs are a
conversation.
good judge of character after what I said.
Well,
Do not say that after what I just said.
I'm distancing that conversation that you just had, but dogs.
You got to wait at least a half an hour.
I had an ex that I dated for like 4 years after my marriage. Yes. And she had a little chihuahua that every time I came over there, he would run up to me and with his little Yokiro eyes, he would be like, "Take me away, please." He was like,
"Get me out of here."
His eyes were begging me. You could tell. I mean,
That's
he's
not
just
a
like,
dog, though. That's a rat with hair.
I'm just.
They are kind of
really
rodent-esque.
cool, man.
They were feared in the old days. They hunted in packs. They were very
They're
efficient.
mean little bastards. No, they're mean little bastards. They bite like crazy.
They were feared by rats, not by people.
I had a long-haired Chihuahua, and
you stomp one, they'll stop by.
It was a Pomeranian long-haired Chihuahua mix, and she was one of the best dogs I ever had. At the same time, I had a Pit Bull Great Dane mix, and they were best buddies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Talk to a groomer and see which dogs they get bit by the most.
Was your pit bulls racist, Bugsy?
Yeah, bit the garbage man.
Really?
Yep.
Why are they like that?
I don't know. I lived on the island, and I think he learned it there.
I mean, they can't all be like that because I know a lot of black people that own them. But I mean, I certainly didn't train mine to be that way.
Yeah, no.
But she is.
Yep.
But I also know that an evil white person could come up and abduct my wife, and she wouldn't do a thing about it.
Mine was.
Unless they're riding a motorcycle or driving a garbage truck.
I would say the meanest breed that I have encountered was a dachshund.
They're very territorial.
Dude, I wanted to kill that thing.
The meanest dogs I've ever encountered was a pair of Rottweilers that a guy had lived around the corner from me. And it's literally chased me, chased my children back into our home. They were an absolute neighborhood terror. And finally, one day I got tired of it, and I just walked out in the backyard, flipped the lock on my gate, and my very good boy tore out, and we never had another issue out of those Rottweilers.
So I don't know if you've ever, this is a little bit of a change of subject. I don't know if you've been collecting knives long enough that you run across knives you forgot you had.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was cleaning up and I found a whole bunch of knives that I forgot that I had. You want to see them?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Are they mostly slip joints?
There are some.
Yeah. Slip joints are really easy for me to forget I have.
Yeah, I agree.
I do have one that's quite cool.
I'm going to make you big if you don't mind.
All right. Let's see here. I have it in one of these handy.
That's how they
like
get lost.
Deal
You put it in
got
a bookcase
lost.
or something. Yeah.
Are you guys familiar with Hubertus?
Yes, Hubertus is German, right? They make the Springer.
Yes, no. Well, you're going to be.
Is that your
I
screen?
have a couple of them. These are expensive. You're saying
Yes,
to
Shane.
yourself, is that a slip joint?
It's a nice blade.
I remember how this thing works.
When you play Helldivers, you're
Whoa.
actually immersed.
A little dangerous. A little dangerous.
Is that a lever
Okay.
lock or is it a?
This is a Hubertus. And it's automatic. But you want to know something funny? I forget how it works.
You move
That's
the
how long-
bolster, I think.
That's how long ago. This opens somehow. What was
See if you slide the bolster, Gary.
Oh, there was a trick to it. Oh man, don't you hate when you had a trick knife and then you forgot the trick? All right, we'll set this aside. Here's another Hubertus that works the more traditional way. These things are great. That's Stag. It's a German company, and these are not cheap.
They're lever actions, right?
Okay, so it's sort of like a slip joint, but it's got this little tab.
Yep.
Here.
They call that a lever action.
They're pretty slick.
You flip it back and it's like a
And
safety.
of course, it's an automatic, so you always leave it open.
And it's super thinly ground.
Here is an old Benchmade.
He
I
can't
don't
hear us.
even know
Shut
what this is called. Maybe some of you guys know this model.
Ooh, I've never seen that.
That backspacer with the holes in it
Anybody there?
looks familiar.
Hello?
I'm typing in. Hold on.
Hello?
He can't hear any of us.
Am I still on this stream?
Yeah, you're on the screen. Hold on, Gary. Hold on, Gary.
You guys there?
Yeah.
There you
We
are.
can hear you.
Am I muted? Hold on.
I don't know why you can't hear us.
Oh, there we go. All right. Yeah, when I put my knives down, it like muted everything. All right, so you guys were probably answering me and I didn't hear it.
Yeah, the Hubertus is a German brand. We've got several of those lever actions like you just showed.
Okay. Do you know anybody know what this model is? Because
No, I was going to pull that Benchmade up though. Benchmade with
it's an Osborne of some nature.
Yeah, that backspacer definitely looks familiar.
This is old. This is old Benchmade.
Is it ABL 34 or WIN54 CM?
That's going to require some glasses.
Yeah, me too.
That kind of reminds me of the 710 a little bit.
S30V.
Oh, wow.
So it's not that old, I guess. I traded into this or something or other. So cool. Cool.
We might know somebody interested in that if you want to get rid of it.
I would take suggestions on that.
Zach stuff, maybe he collects some older Benchmades.
If not, John at Knives and More would probably be interested.
We don't care about John.
Little Emerson.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I think, is this a real Emerson? I think. I didn't even know I had a real Emerson.
Is that a CQC?
I mean, if it was a Kershaw, it would say it, I would think.
2060. It doesn't say Kershaw. It says made in USA.
Just mail that to me, Gary, and I'll hang on to it for a few years till I figure it out.
All right.
It looks just like a ProTech collaboration we have that Blade does, but that looks like a legit Emerson.
Yeah, I think it's a legit Emerson.
It is.
I think it is. Feels good. All right. Here's something that I picked up at the New York Knife Show maybe 9 years ago. It's like the only thing I could afford there. It's a little Japanese friction folder.
Ooh.
The Dutch brothers just did a review on that knife.
Did they?
Yeah, their newest video is on that knife.
Really? I've had this for a long time. Old news.
That's a neat little knife.
Yeah, it is. And it was like $50 or $100 or something.
Don't they call them
Japanese?
Don't they call them Dukes or something like that? They've got a funny name.
Dukes are French.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, that's a little different.
All right, so this next one is this is a Jess Horn by Queen Cutlery in 154 cm. This is an older backlock. Very cool.
Is that a quick stud or is that a factory stud?
I think it's factory.
So you got to show in some old vintage stuff, and Bettina Turner showed up. That figures.
All right. Now this.
What's up,
this
Tina?
is something that you guys may not have seen.
Is that a Saber Ground Spyderco?
It is Saber Ground. Have you guys seen this one before?
No.
So the cue ball?
I don't know what the model's called.
Oh.
It's an auto.
No.
And it's not an autocrat. What is that?
What's the steel on that one?
This is made in USA. This is S30V. And I forget the model name of this.
Yeah, I want first shot at that Emerson if you want to get rid of it. I don't know that I'll have the money for it, but let me know.
I know who will want. If you want to get rid of that Spyderco, I know someone will take it too.
Yeah, I don't know necessarily looking to get rid of them.
That's fine. I'm just throwing it out there because we know some people that are collectors of certain brands. So
yeah,
That is a cool. And then I have some slip joints. I'll tell you one of my favorite slip joint patterns is, who can tell me what this pattern is?
Canoe.
Canoe, that's correct.
And Rich Light. No, what's it called?
Gary said that just like a third grade teacher. Canoe, that's correct.
It's in this color, isn't it?
That was so good.
Yeah, it's neat. It's like a red, white, and blue. What do they call that?
Kieranite.
Kieranite. Yeah.
Can you canoe?
This
I
is.
cannot. I'm too top heavy. I ain't got no butt.
I can canoe.
Ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
Is that a double blade canoe or a single?
Double.
Yeah, I just made this one in Kieranite. Well, you can't see me, but that one's Kieranite handled.
All right, this is an older Boker. Tree brand. Vintage. What do they call this stuff? This tortoise shell. I don't know if it's real tortoise shell or not.
I don't think it is, but they called it tortoiseshell.
Yeah. So
I had a really fun time at Blade Show 2 years ago. My brother-in-law was handing down some knives from his grandpa, some Boker Tree brand, and he let me take them to Blade Show, and it just so happens the Boker historian guy was there, and he said they were pre-World War I Bokers.
Oh, wow.
What's
One of
that,
them had a
Gary?
snapped blade, and he told me, he's like, don't do anything to those knives. Don't try to restore them. Don't fix them up.
Do you know
Exactly the way they are.
what this pattern's called?
I bet Bettina Turner does.
Not a cigar.
Peanut.
Peanut. The big peanut.
This is a case, and it's also carbon steel. It's $10.95.
Nice. I like that blade too. Is that a big pin blade?
I don't know.
$10.95 is like the fattest kid at fat camp, right?
It is.
Where's Joe when you need him?
Yeah.
It's rare. It's rare on case. You know, case doesn't do that a lot. Here's a vintage slip joint. I don't even know why I have it or who made it. Oh, maybe I know. Queen. Old school
cutlery.
Queen. Maybe 60s.
I bet that thing's cut an apple before.
It may have. Light pull. Where are case knives? Where were case knives made? Do you know?
Pennsylvania, I'm guessing.
Got it.
With Zippos, right? Isn't Zippo the
I don't
parent
think
company?
Zippo's always owned them. Didn't they just buy them out?
I'm not sure how that came around. That's the majority. That's the bulk of it. But that was a fun find. I forgot about most of those knives.
That's always fun to do, to find. I found knives that I thought I'd given away, like in drawers. Usually I keep them all in cases, but even in the cases that I keep them in, if you're not looking at them or looking through them, you'll forget you've got knives in there.
John, you probably did give them away and never shipped them.
So we're talking about spring water. So a lot of times on Sundays when I'm preaching, I'll joke around that I brought my spring water with me. Kind of a little jokey, a little funny, a little levity. I had a guy leave the church because he said I was a liar. How do you like that?
Well, it's not like you said you were walking on it, Gary.
I can't go where the bastard.
You got to have levity. What was funny is up until just now, that blue light behind your head looked like a halo over you, Gary, the way you were sitting.
Yeah.
You look like you had a halo. Let me make you big, Shane.
I don't know if Bettina was being facetious.
I did.
This knife was on Instagram today, but yeah, those are Kieranite.
Okay.
But this knife, I know for a fact, will never leave this guy's home. He's not a knife guy. But he's very, very bougie. He drives a G-Wagon. I was impressed that somebody with that classy a taste bought a knife from me, so it's one of my proudest sales.
I always wonder where the people that buy my knives, well, I know where they're from because I have their address, I guess, but like, what's their story? How are they in the knives? What's their, all that sort of thing.
I love when people send me videos of them using my stuff. That tickles me to death. I think the first one to do it was Patina Turner. I made this camp cook knife, and I always say it didn't get much attention, but it was way too early. I should probably re-release it because Patina loves it. We talked about it today. But, him bragging about how good it works for what it was made for. But I love seeing people use them. Like, Bugsy told me he uses that come hot sauce season to cut his peppers with. So.
You know what I was thinking, Shane? I need like a cowboy holster for this thing because I want to. This would be perfect for dealing with the pumpkins and everything, squash, all that.
Yeah,
Gary, I bet if we look at your audience, and I'm still working through that. I'm sorry it's taking longer than I said, but I guarantee you have a more affluent audience that are actually cutting with them, or at least want to have super steels. Because I told you the young guy Isaac that I met was an engineer. He lives in one city about 4 hours away, but he'd spend 4 days a week in Huntsville doing something for a bomb removal squad, but he was designing robots to do it. And he was totally about cutting, about edge retention. And he had the Mako and Magna Cut, and he had the Minnow and Magna Max, and was just really proud to have some Magna Max and be able to try it out, and he was talking about in his experience, it did great. But I think people look at blade steels, or the people that don't are just looking at price. From what I see in the knife store, I see a very weird cross section of people coming in to buy knives, but I feel like I'm seeing it on a grassroots level. People driving, walking in and buying a knife. And they can choose from super steels, bougie knives, or a D2 Chinese Cobra Tech.
I could be wrong about Gary's customer base, but I feel like because of how I know of Gary, I could be completely wrong, but I feel like a lot of your customer base probably comes from Pete. And if you're a fan of Pete, it's probably because of his extensive testing, so they are interested in performance. So I would think they're performance-oriented knife people, I would think.
I would agree.
Yeah, I think for the most part, my niche is not art knives. My niche is not Damascus.
Yeah.
My niche is steels, kind of like Spyderco.
I'm going to get up, see if I can find it, Gary. I've got a Damascus knife here that I think is probably the worst design I've ever witnessed in my life, and I want you to see it. Let me see if I can find it. I didn't make this knife. I'm going to say that multiple times. I did not make this knife. The guy asked me to grind it for him, so I did. Let me see if I can find it.
Has anybody here ever had a Boyd knife?
Yes.
David Boyd knife?
I have one.
The Cobalt blade?
Dendritic Cobalt. Yes.
Yeah. Do you know anything about that? That might be something interesting to talk about.
In fact, I started a knife in Dendritic Cobalt, and I haven't finished it. It's not a great blade steel, but it's very interesting. It's actually not steel at all. It relies on the carbides in the matrix to cut, and it's soft. The matrix is very soft relatively to steel. It's a cool thing, and he casts the blades.
Yeah.
So he does not, he probably has to grind them a little bit too, but ultimately they're cast.
He even leaves like the pattern that so he said that he leaves the pattern on the blade that if you zoom in and look at the microstructure, that's kind of what it looks like. I was excited to meet him in person.
Yeah, he has a theory. And I've never talked to Laren about it. It would be an interesting conversation. But he has this theory that steel, be it the dendritic cobalt or even what you would call dendritic 440C was another thing that he did. It was all about this idea. So whenever you get steel, I make steels. I make knives, but I'm not a forging guy. But the steel that I'm using was forged. The forging happened at the mill when it went from the big ingot that it was poured into into the flat sheet that I get. That's heating it up, running it through rollers, heating it up, running it through, basically forging it. And so his theory was, if you could get a steel in the state that it was poured, that it would perform substantially better. Now, I can't speak to the trueness or the falseness of that, but that was his theory.
Go against everything forgers and blacksmiths have been doing since the beginning of time, though?
But we're talking about dendritic cobalt.
Oh.
Well, dendritic or just dendritic steel, like he did dendritic 440C.
Yeah, I think Sputterco did that. I think
is it that what makes it tough though? Is that forging process, that rolling it, and it doesn't. So it's tougher when it's cast. You're saying?
I don't know about that, but it's certainly not more tough because it was rolled.
Oh, okay.
You know, his theory is that it had better attributes if it were not rolled. And so, like, you make an ingot and you saw off a pice or something.
Did you see that here? Sierra Rick said that outdoor, I don't know what that word is.
Analyst featured your knife in a short today.
Yeah, he did a couple. I think he's going to do a review at some point.
So let me Big John. I don't hear
David Boy.
Well. Are you familiar with Barry that owns Alabama Damascus?
I've met the man.
Okay. A acquaintance of mine acquired this from Alabama Damascus somehow and asked me to grind it. And I just can't make sense of it at all. Is this some famous design from way back that I don't know or understand?
That's some sharpening tool.
That looks like an exercise in how to make a fixed blade have a weaker blade than a folding knife.
I mean, is it made so that you can snap the blade off in them? And I don't get it. I don't understand it at all.
I mean, if you make it like a super hollow grind, I've seen knives like that, but that's been like after years of use.
I will say this challenged my grinding because I wasn't sure how to get this back belly thin enough to cut. I did. I figured it out. Like, you're having to turn the knife twice, but I did get it thin back here so that it'll sharpen back here. But I just don't understand what anybody was thinking when they did this.
Is it paring knife size?
Or something.
And oh yeah, it didn't have this tip. I ground this off because it was squared on the end.
Patina says it's a lattice configuration.
No, he's talking about Teraband.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, and forgive me, I didn't etch the last piece of it because it's not going to matter. But yeah, this thing bewilders me. I don't get it. But I'm going to finish it and make it for him.
That's a fixed blade that's going to turn into a folder.
Yeah, he's going to have to drill a hole in it and bolt it back together at some point. I was just thinking maybe there's something in history that explains this, and I just never heard of it.
No, well, perhaps I haven't seen it. To me, that looks like a piece of steel that had an issue, and they just made a out of it.
Yeah, either that or it was designed for the French army, so that they could surrender quicker. That's the only thing I can understand.
Yeah, I'm with it.
I have a. Speaking of Alabama Damascus, I have a grinder that's 2 wheels.
Yeah.
Goes up and 2 motors and the whole thing. I don't want it. So if you know anybody wants to buy one of those.
That's all they use.
I know.
Yeah.
I should ask them if they want to buy it.
I stood there and watched the guy do it and watched him pull the blade out and watched it turn blue. And then just stick it right back in there and grind the blue off.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to use that, you really need to have a spray. You need you need to cool it.
Like he didn't even hide it. Like he knows I saw it turn blue, and just kept talking and kept going. I thought, oh,
is that burning the edge?
Oh, it's ruined. The whole knife was ruined.
You're like softening
all
the
way
steel.
through, it is now a.
If it's blue, it's probably down to like 50 Rockwell at that point.
Yeah. But Barry did do a little exhibit for me. He picked up a knife, just a random one, that was under some. There's literally thousands upon thousands of knives laying around in the dirt there. He just picked up a random one and make sure it had been ground, had an edge on it. He threw it on the floor to hear it ting to see if it was hardened or not, and then hammered it through a nail. And it, in all fairness, it didn't damage the edge at all. So I get it, 15 and 20 is tough, but we all know the edge retention of 15 and 20.
Yeah, there's a lot of variables in that.
That's due to geometry more than it is the steel.
I'm sure it is. But keep in mind, it had probably went through that same gill well grinder and turned blue prior to being hammered through that.
Well, I mean, you can do it without doing that.
Yeah.
But,
what do you want that grinder, Gary?
I don't know.
Just hit me up on Instagram later.
I'm motivated to move it.
The problem is that's a 10, 12-hour drive for me from Alabama?
Well, you could get it at Blade.
Yeah, that's true.
Let
me know
anyway. I'm going to bring it to Blade. I'll tell you this. It cost me $4,000.
I ain't got that kind of money. Never mind. They do make pretty hollow grinds, though.
But I would be willing to let it go for considerably less than that.
Right.
I just
let me know when you
I got a laser. I just bought another grinder. It's a 4x64. It's made for grinding glass. And since I'm always doing super steels, that's about right. But that belt is not a normal belt size. So I just got a quote on belts. They're $18 a piece. Well, that wouldn't be so bad, except I got to buy 50 of them. I'm not sure if I'm ready to. I haven't even used this grinder yet. I have to build a second tooling arm receiver, weld it. I got to do a little bit of ingenuity on it. But
does it not take 1.5 by 1.5?
What? 1.5 what?
The tooling arms, does it not take the standard 1.5 by 1.5 tooling arms?
It doesn't take anything yet because I haven't welded it on.
Oh, I thought you meant the size was different. You had to weld a tooling arm for it. Okay.
No, I got to make a receiver for a tooling arm.
I got you.
Yeah, but I'm gonna do the size that my Ameribraid takes, so that I can use my Ameribraid work rests.
Right.
So, yeah, but I was cutting knives tonight. Actually, you know what? It might be fun. Let you guys talk a little bit, and I'll grab my phone and hop on and go out into the shop.
Cool.
Works for us.
That might be fun. All right.
So
talk amongst yourselves.
You guys will get to see the progression of this and see it finish, but this will not appear on my Instagram under Edgy American Blades. So.
You know what it almost reminds me of, Shane, is like a fixed blade, like a shaver.
I don't know, man. I'm not even sure I ground the right side of it. Maybe it's supposed to be a worn clip. I don't know, dude.
I just think it was a mistake, is what it was.
Yeah, and why is for such a small knife, why is there so much handle hanging off the back? I don't know what this was meant to do.
It is kind of odd for sure. But like I told you,
French cheese knife, or I don't know.
When I was at the Rocket City Knife Show, Alabama Damascus had a booth there, and most of the stuff they had were pre-cut blanks, and they had some stock, but every single one of them looked funkalicious.
What's because he's very, Barry is the president of the Knife Makers Hall of Fame, and he's very conscious about not ripping off somebody else's design. Which means most of the stuff he does is very off the wall. So that kind of makes this make sense. But he's a nice guy. And I appreciate that people like him doing what they do still exist. I don't ever want to badmouth them because we need those people. Or could need those people one day. But what blew my mind was how many knives I ran across in Alabama Damascus for over $1,000. I mean... I can understand a highly refined custom knife in Damasteel over $1,000, but $1,000 knife that they paid $15 for the blank and put some bone on, and I don't know, man. Blade Show's confusing. I'll just say that.
Well, I guess it depends how some people value their hours. If they put a lot of time into it, maybe they're just
Yeah,
pressing it
I mean,
that way versus.
I don't know what I've spent a total of about 4 minutes grinding this. So what's that worth?
What's up, Dylan? Well, don't you think, Shane, a lot of
1
that
hour.
price for those bougie fixed blades goes into handles, and I don't really notice them like you guys do?
I'm sure it does. And I've got a lot to learn there. You know, I've been I'm not gonna lie about this since Dylan's here. Me finishing Dylan's forces, you know, I had this foot issue so that is partially to blame. But the intimidation of working with that mammoth molar has also influenced me not working on them a little bit too.
Yeah, you got to keep that stuff really cold.
Right. I'm going to do it, you know, and me and Dylan talked before he ever sent it to me. He knows I've never done it. I've researched it heavily. He's putting no pressure on me, but dude, it would be really hard to have to sit down and send that message to Dylan that, hey, I ruined this mammoth. Dude, that would destroy me. So
it's not going to happen, Shane. You're going to be so ready when you do it. You've got to, I would think that has something to do with like my creative constipation. You've got to feel like taking that risk and feel like you're ready to do it.
Yeah, like yesterday would have been a good day. Like I was really feeling myself yesterday, dude. I got 7 knives, handles,
you should
shaped up, ready to go. Yesterday would have been a good day. I was really feeling myself.
You should have like Meathead or somebody do it with you, so they can constantly spray water on it.
I ordered a mister. I've got a mist system.
All right, yeah, because that's you absolutely need
Tuesday,
it.
I think.
Good point, Todd.
But the main reason I ordered the mister was because if I'm going to do many of those rim fires, that chisel grind is really easy to overheat. I ruined one. Like it turned blue instantly. Like I was just making a pass. It turned blue all the way through. I turned around and slung it across Meathead's acreage. But so yeah, I needed a mist system anyway, so I've got one coming.
Yeah, so I want these serrations on the first like 3 inches of this.
I have no idea how to do that. I've got some diamond
Tate
files.
can tell you how to do serrations.
I've got some diamond files. I could hand do like 3 or 4 larger serrations, which in my opinion cut better, but I couldn't do them that tiny.
So you know how people...
I've never seen that multi-size serration test as good as just standard, you know, larger 1/8 serrations do.
Bugsy, what you're better off doing is if you want something like that, send them to VEF.
I agree, Dylan. He's got it.
Yeah. I think you put 3 VEF serrations, you send that knife to him and have him add 3 VEFs on the tip of it. That would be killer. And that's funny you mentioned that because Outdoors 55 just did a video on the fact that we've been doing serrations wrong. And I've thought that all along. Serrations belong at the tip, not at the base.
Yeah, the first few inches at least.
Yeah, the tips where the serrations should be. It don't look as good, so we don't do that. But that is where they should be.
To initiate your cut? Is that why?
Huh?
To initiate the cut?
Yeah, and
yeah,
you know, you want to do your finer work. You want to do your finer work back up towards the handle. You know, when you choke up, want to do fine work, and typically you want a straight edge for that.
You want me to pull you out so you can come in upside right?
Usually, like the first half inches. Like the first half inch.
Oh, I see that.
You want that to be like a plain blade.
Yeah.
And then you want like another, that next 2 inches to be like a real nice serration.
Yeah.
In my use, for all that matters, I'm just some schmuck. So.
Gary, will it not let you rotate it, or is it wanting you to rotate the whole phone?
But you know how some people will put like a sharpening choil right here?
Yeah.
I'll just rotate the whole phone.
I want somebody to put a sharpening choil there, but I want them to turn it into a single serration.
I can do that.
You know what I mean? Instead of just a sharpening choil, why not serrate that?
It's just super simple to do.
Well, because that eliminates the whole getting caught up in the sharpening choil.
Yeah, then when you get caught up in the choil, it cuts even better.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can do that.
How has nobody picked up on that?
This is in the garage outside my house.
Oh, I got you.
Man, I wish I had a garage. It's so jelly.
Gary, you got your terrorist britches on to go with that Adidas t-shirt?
Adidas.
Yeah.
I
I got a shirt like that that says, instead of saying Adidas, it says Kalash. It's one of my favorite shirts.
Nice.
You know, Kalashnikov.
Yeah, nice.
That's a lot of space, Gary. I didn't realize you had that much space there.
It's not enough.
What surface grinder is that, Gary?
What about the surface grinder?
I said, what surface grinder is that?
That is a Herrig 612 or Super 612 actually. There it is.
Nice.
It's Super 612. And I converted it to belts.
See that.
So that didn't start out that way. That's contraption is
love the zip tie.
Yeah. That's been on there for about 6 years now.
Heck yeah.
But I have used 2 over here.
Yeah. There you go, Bugsy. Terry can do that too.
So
Serration.
this is my latest toy. So
The 3D printer or
that's the cutter, I think.
Laser?
That's the laser cutter.
With the X tool?
Man, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
X tool makes great stuff.
Yeah, that's the X tool.
Did you get the whole package where you can do the whole X16 with the laser and the welder and everything?
I do. I only use it as the cutter.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I have the other stuff. That's
the fact that knife makers are able to buy things like that just blow my mind. Like the thought of buying a multi-$1,000 tool. I don't know that I'll ever be there.
Yeah, this is like 20 grand.
Yeah.
But compared to what this used to be totally out of reach.
Yeah. That does so much, it's ridiculous. That thing, all the different things that can do, Shane, it welds all kinds of stuff and it can do, you name it.
Yeah. So I had some issues there.
Oh yeah, I see.
I'm cutting these out for John Gray, if you know who John Gray is.
I do. Yeah, Gary, it's funny on Instagram recently in the Spyderco group on Instagram. Oh, I'm sorry, on Facebook, just realized that all these Spyderco knives, that the curves in the blade match the curves in the back of all these different knives, and you just showed why. It's because they're cut out that way to save steel. Like, it blew their minds that all these curves match. Well, of course they do. They programmed it that way, so when they cut them, they waste nothing.
They nest them. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So those are like the models after you've taken the parts off, after the blades are off. Those are just a skeleton.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is what I cut today. So these are my paring knife. Let me just get one.
It'd be cool to cut that all up and make Damascus out of it, all those pieces.
You could. Well, that stuff doesn't cooperate in a forge very nicely, but if you could seal it somehow.
Yeah.
So that's my paring knife. This
standard
is
knife maker sound.
I gotta put it like that. That is my 8-inch chef's knife. This one actually is a salvage. The laser bumped something and everything got cattywampus. Yeah. So I moved it and recut it a different way. Here's one. That's why it has an extra set of holes.
Oh, okay.
Very cool.
Now,
what do you make your chef's knives out of again?
These are all Klingenweks.
Oh. What will a Klingenweks chef's knife run?
So I have those. I have a few more over here. I have my hunting knife pattern, which is
Shane. I don't think he heard you, buddy.
What do you think a Klingenweks 8-inch chef's knife is going to cost when you put it up for sale?
I'm thinking $675.
Yeah.
Something
now,
like that.
I think we've mentioned this before, Gary, but do you think the average person, not a chef, just the average guy at home cutting up some brisket, whatever, unless they just want the absolute best, do you think they're going to realize the difference between Klingenweks AEBL. I mean, I understand. Of course, it's going to hold an edge longer, but I've been wrestling personally with using super steels on kitchen knives because I don't know if the customer is actually going to realize the difference.
Well, how much harder is it to sharpen?
With diamond, it's not harder at all.
For the regular person, though, that's going to probably put it on a
regular
freaking
people can get diamonds.
Yeah.
Like at this point, they're pretty ubiquitous. You know, like a little work sharp $40 thing you can get at Cabela's.
I don't think ease of sharpening is even an issue anymore. You can
Yeah,
sharpen.
it's not. It's not too bad. It's not too bad.
You can sharpen everything easily with diamond. It may take a few more passes, but that doesn't make it harder.
No, you're talking about people that buy the pull through at Walmart. You know what I mean? A lot of people.
And that's kind of the guy I'm talking about too. You know, these people that aren't knife or super steel people. Am I doing them an injustice by selling them something that they don't even completely understand?
You've got to explain to them the value of it, Shane.
If they're buying a pull through, though, they're less likely to be spending $600 on a kitchen knife, though.
There's the combination of those people that don't know how to sharpen, but they want something really sick, or they get a gift that's like really nice, but they don't know how to quite take care of it.
I'm not questioning your pricing at all, Gary. I'm questioning my decision to make kitchen knives in S90V. Is it worth doing? And if I do it, should I raise the price in order so that level of entry is a little higher, and only people who can appreciate it, know how to sharpen it, end up buying it?
Well, here's the thing. You know, like I know people that buy a knife and then they don't sharpen it ever.
Right.
And so, like for that person, a knife in Magnamax is going to perform way longer.
Much longer. You're exactly right. They won't be replacing it as often.
So, you know, or if they only go to like a professional sharpener or something like that, you know, that it's less frequent than if they do that. So yeah, so that's sort of that's sort of the trade-off. Yeah, but from a knife maker's point of view, and a businessman's point of view, why make a knife in a cheap steel when you can, you know, not only is it more profitable for you to make the knife in the better steel, it makes the knife more desirable and makes a wider group of people interested in buying it.
Right.
If they want a cheap knife, they can go to Walmart and get a cheap knife.
I'm making some right now in 14C, and people seem to really like them. I just wonder, you know, should I even bother putting something out there in S9? I'm gonna. Don't get me wrong.
I think it's a different target market, Shane.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because you're not like saturating the market with your blades. You know what I mean? You have.
I'm not capable of saturating anything. Yeah.
Except for your pants.
Yeah.
I was going to say that, but I don't want to go there.
I'm getting old.
Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah. But
So,
the
Gary,
reason
when
I
you were
wondered
cutting-
that though is because I got a knife from Steve Kalari that's in W2 or A1. I don't remember. It's a cheap carbon steel, and it's ground so well that it just doesn't have to be sharpened. Like without an edge, it cuts just fine. And that kind of maybe that distorted my outlook on kitchen knives for the average.
Well, there's the whole thing, this whole idea of, okay, I would prefer a kitchen knife in a super steel. Does that mean kitchen knives in AEBL are no good? No. You know, if with good geometry and, you know, they'll work good for a long time.
Right.
But there's just something to be said about a steel that can kind of hold that front end sharpness, you know, through preparing through a complete meal, you know, like, yeah, I mean, you're making a premium handmade product. You might as well make out of the best materials that you can get your hands on.
Yeah.
That's sort of my take.
Josh's question right here sums up what I was trying to get at. I know most people are going to misuse them and not maintain them the way they're supposed to. So I wonder if morally I should even be recommending an S90V or a Magnamax kitchen knife.
I think Magnamax is going to be a lot more forgiving because it's going to have toughness along the lines of like S35 VN
Right.
with edge holding of S90V. So that's going to be a pretty nice. I mean,
Gary, I'd still really like to have a 1.5 inch wide 8-inch strip of Magnamax, if at all possible. I'll pay you for it.
Yeah, I was thinking about you while I was cutting this. I don't know. I mean,
actually, an inch wide piece would be fine because my thug's only an inch tall.
I don't have a lot left. I just cut the rest of it today. I forgot about that. But
I may have missed my boat then.
Well, I'll get more. You can be sure of that.
Okay.
I'll get more, and when I do, but I was just figuring out just the so the sheet. Now the sheet is actually. Let me flip the camera around here. This is a little trickier to operate on the phone.
It makes it a little more tricky. It does.
All right. So this is a sheet. Now I have to lop some off. Let's see if I can give you that's a sheet of steel plus this on the end. So that's a full sheet of steel. That's thin stuff. That's like 175 or just 75 thousandths, give or take. And just this sheet of steel was like $1,200.
Well, you see that far right where you've got about an inch of leftover?
Yeah.
I could probably use that. Just to strip of that. Because I have a thug it's actually a little less than an inch tall, and it's only about 7 inches long.
Why don't you set? Can you draw in AutoCAD?
I can't. That's
why. Oh, come on, man.
Gary, he can't draw on paper.
He's right, Gary.
Well, why don't you trace one out?
I can do that.
Put measurements on it, and send me a file, or just send me a picture. You just get a square picture of it.
Well, let me ask you this too, then, Gary. If I decided to do a batch of knives and I bought a sheet of steel or a half sheet, whatever, because from what I've gathered talking to Niagara, because I deal in such smaller batches, I would be way at the bottom of the list and constantly being bumped. If I went in on a sheet of steel, and I'm not asking for prices right now, but would that be a resource where, like, I chipped in on a sheet of steel for so much of it, and you laser cut them and charge me for that?
Yeah, I can probably get a few patterns on something. Okay. It's pretty. That's what I'm doing for John. Although, believe it or not, John Gray.
Yeah.
I did cut him out.
John's crazy.
I did cut him out. Everything's tactical. It's wacky. I'm like, John, stop it. This is one of his, so that's in Magnamax.
Right.
Thin stuff, though. This is his. Same knife, but in titanium.
Ah.
Like a high vanadium to titanium. And that's what I was cutting.
How much is that stuff?
It's similar to steel.
Okay, so it's not like a wild thing to get.
Is the high vanadium titanium, is it going to react like they say, or work like Damascus is supposed to, where, you know, the vanadium does all the cutting, so it's kind of like a microscopic serration?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, you kind of like the cobalt. Like, he has a heat treat he does to it, but it only gets it maybe up to about 50. But it's just cool. It's not magnetic. You know, it's obviously completely corrosion resistant. So this is Magnamax. This will be a bushcraft.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the idea of the thinness. I've been wanting to make the thug even thinner and slash.
These are 125. These are 1/8 inch. And
yeah.
This is for a friend of mine who makes some slip joints.
Nice.
It's gonna have a Magnamax slip joint.
Magnamax slip joint. Yep.
That's cool.
That's the Mako.
See, man, I think that's a really good business model for somebody in the U.S. market, man, is to just be able to cut out people's designs for them, reliably.
Yeah, because for a small maker, Niagara's not. I'm not knocking Niagara, but they're not small maker friendly. Like I could see, looking at that piece of steel you had leaned up there, that scrap, I could see several of my thugs just in your scrap.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible if they're small enough. Like, it's pretty thin. But yeah, I do.
That edge right there, I could get 5 or 6 thugs if you just cut that wide piece off, cut it into 7-inch pieces, and sold it to me. I could make knives out of that.
Or Shane, you can make your own like scalpel thing too.
I'm not doing that. I just bought one off Amazon. I had to leave the string because y'all wouldn't leave me alone.
Yeah, but maybe I want one of yours.
Oh,
not one of his.
I got you.
Shane.
Yeah, that's perfect, Gary.
Shane.
Yeah.
We'll talk afterwards about what I'm thinking. If you were to do like what he's talking about, the picture and have it cut out, that would be the perfect batch option for Mike.
Why do you bring stuff up on here that you're going to talk about after? Like that's
Shut up, Bugsy.
Well, because I know what he's saying. We don't want to discuss it. I don't want to discuss that venture anymore until it happens.
Right. That's why I was just giving him the heads up of what I was thinking about.
Yeah, well,
That's an interesting design, Gary. Are those all designs you've come up with?
Yeah, just stuff over the years. So,
do you ever go back and revisit something and then it's
like that whole
and you wonder why you left it hanging there so long?
S90B, that I think might be ABL. This is 52100. The rusty stuff is 52100. Oh, remember I was telling you about that PM2?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Actually,
go back to the one that has all the holes in it.
Oh, sorry.
This one?
Yeah. See, I like stuff like that because I work with a lot of rope and tying lines, and I like to be able to have my pointer finger like free, even though I can hold the knife all the way.
I borrowed this design from somebody. Who was this? This was from Browse. Browse.
If you work with rope, Bugsy, I would think you would like recurve.
No.
Something like that in a karambit style blade is excellent for cutting.
One of these days I can finish this out. I think this is AEBL, I'm pretty sure.
I don't like sharpening recurve blades.
I understand. That makes sense. I sharpened my Carahawk recently. It's the first recurve I've ever sharpened, but I've got some of the 0.6-inch wide Venetian stone.
Yeah.
And it never felt, it didn't feel like I was doing it right, but it came out razor sharp. So.
You know what I always have an issue with those is the tip, like the last inch is like.
I might know someone for you, Bugsy.
What's that?
So I might know someone for you.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Are you talking about getting the tip sharp, Bugsy?
Yeah.
And that's my problem too.
John, FYI, you got 3 countdown.
Okay, is it time to go?
Well, just in here a little bit. I just don't want to cut Gary off, but I just was letting you know that they're starting here shortly.
Right.
Says where's it going to be this time? Because I couldn't find it last time.
It's on Stevie's tonight.
Can you drop the link, Matt or Kyle? Do you see it? I haven't pulled it up yet.
I got it.
But Gary, if you're interested in cutting that Magnamax, those wider pieces out, and I'd be glad to pay you for them.
Yeah, send me a picture with with a tape measure near it.
Okay.
And I'll see if I can, because I'm about to throw those away. So
it'll probably be Sunday before I can get to the shop and get a blank that I can get pictures of.
Okay.
Measurements on, and I'll get that to you.
Hey guys, I just pinned the link to said faction to the top of the chat. Gary, you got any parting words for these lovely people besides come on over and pick up a Creeley blade?
Well, they only nothing in particular. Nothing in particular.
Yeah, I'd like to revisit the shop tour another night when we got a little more time.
Yeah. I need to shoot another shop tour video.
I love the zip tie Yeah, I loved all of them.
Well, it's just amazing to see what comes out. You know,
It is.
I mean,
The things people come up with to resolve. We are problem solvers. That's what we're
So this shop, it may look big because I'm using like a wide angle, but it's only like maybe 24 by 30.
Yeah. I've got a huge, let me tell you something, though, Gary. I've got a huge shop. You could park 4 diesel trucks in, and it seems great until it turns cold. You can't keep that big a space. Wintertime, I darn near have to shut down because I can't work. It's just too cold.
Yeah, just at any shop, man.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Alabama cold's really getting to you.
Well, I'm not used to it. So my hands get wet at 40 degrees. It's too much for me.
Yeah.
It was like -9 in here, and all my dip tanks were solid ice.
Yeah, I remember feeling bad for you when I'm on the roof this week.
Sorry I brought it up, guys.
guys, I appreciate everybody hanging. We're going to roll over to said faction.
Yeah.
But do me a favor. Look out for the guy or gal to your left. Look out for the guy or gal to your right. Look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart and choose debate, not hate.
Have a good time, guys. Thank y'all.
Thanks, Javon.